Hello, everybody. Um, this is Patricia. Thank you for coming to my live stream. But listen, tonight we're talking about. Well, you're on the show called Ladies Vision Talk Show, and it's for ladies only, no men. But I will accept only two men to come up on panel. Um, to chop it up with us and all of that because it is ladies, so it's geared towards more ladies. If you want to come up and, talk about whatever that's on your mind. You can talk about kids, you can talk about family, whatever you want to talk about. But before, I did have Miss Lakers up here, but she fell out, but that's all right. She'll be back. Before we get started, there's a few things that I want to address. Okay. Number one is, we go through a lot of, these YouTube chats and with the some people be with with the drama and this and that. So it's a variety of things that you come across. Okay. Now I'm gonna say this, and please y'all listen to me and listen to me well. Okay. Hold on. Here's Miss Lakers. Girl, you done fell out. Hold on. Let me finish just talking and then I'm gonna let you take over. So, like I was saying that, this particular live stream I went in and stuff, and they kept talking about Patricia Brown. I know Patricia Brown is the shit. Ain't nothing changed about me. Patricia Brown is still gonna pop her shit. She's just gonna do it in the, it's not so much popping shit. Because you know what? I think that's, it's mostly police bitches on here now. So I have to watch what I do and what I say. So, anyways, let me get back to what I noticed that when I went into this particular live stream. I noticed that that person was always talking about, oh, Patricia, you're old and this and that. But I want to ask you something, Miss Lakers. Are you there?
I'm here.
All
Hold
right,
up,
let me.
listen.
Okay,
Why
all
did
right,
it
let me.
bring me up in the live stream? I'm like, it was the wrong live stream.
Oh, let me just ask you something. And this is for me. So if I'm okay, so if I'm 46, and if somebody say that's like 34, 35, right? How could I be an old lady? Wouldn't I be considered in the realms of, if that girl got a older sister, I would be more of a sister. You know what I mean? I still can't understand why some people are still calling me old. Now, if you're in your 20s, then I could see that you could probably say that. But if you're in your 30s and I'm in my 40s, then yeah, it's a gap, but it's not too much of a gap, and I wouldn't be considered an old lady or a senior citizen. So get that right, okay? So stop calling those names about me being old and this and that, whatever. And another thing I'd like to address is, um I started off uh um in Timbo's channel. Okay, I went into his live, I liked his live, and he made me a moderator. Okay, matter of fact, if y'all go back and watch Timbo or even ask Timbo, he would tell you Patricia Brown was my first mod. Or no, let me clean that up. I was probably his maybe fifth or sixth mod in there or something. I was in there at the time when he had the OGs in there, when he had oh man. Well, y'all go back and watch. That's all I got to say. But I've never been up on Timbo's panel but one time. No mods ever seen what I look like at all because I was always the one that was sitting in the box moderating, and so that's what I did. Okay, the first time I went up on Timbo's channel, and y'all could go check that out, is when he had me up there, and that was when I started first doing my talk shows. Let me tell you something. Other than that, I was never on his panel, but one time I was on Trigger's channel. I believe it was one time I think I came up there, but it was only for like a split second, and then I left, and then I went back down in the comment box. Okay. Um, Let me see what else I want to say, Miss Lakers, before we start the show. Oh yeah, yeah. Another thing, what I want to say is that I understand that people come for drama, they come for the rah rah and this and that. I'm not gonna change my channel. I'm still gonna chop it up. I'm still probably gonna be arguing and fussing with people, this and that, and stuff. But I'm gonna pick and choose because I don't know who's the police, because now I'm on this mindset where everybody's a suspect. Everybody's a suspect. So I got to watch what I got to say, because it is I don't want nothing else to happen to my channel. Um if you're in those live streams, that's fine. But if I go looking, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking through the bushes and I'm seeing somebody make a bad comment about me, and then you come back to my live stream and act like that it's okay. No, I don't want you over here. I don't want you over here, because if I see you over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick you out the building. You're not even getting kicked out of my live stream. You're getting kicked out of the building. And I don't care if you unsubscribe or not. Okay, that's just totally up to you, because then I feel like you're fake and you're phony and you're not riding with me. Okay, so if you want to go over to their live stream, by all means, you go ahead and you go to their live stream. You want to chop it up with them, you can chop it up with them. But if you make a negative comment about me and I happen to be in there and I see that you're making a negative comment, and then you come back to my live stream and call yourself trying to be friends and chop it up with me, I don't want that. I don't need no phony friends. I don't. You know what I mean? So on that note, yeah, go ahead, Miss Lakers. You go ahead and spit your shit. I'm gonna sit back in the cut and listen to what you got to say, girl.
First of all, I feel like it is so a disjustice to us as a race and as women that you want to sit and argue and put each other down all the time, like every day. Now, like, you know me, I don't do mess on YouTube. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, Patricia? Okay, so just because I'm with you, someone gonna say that if I'm with you, that me and your thoughts are the same. If you and somebody else don't get along, that means me and that person don't get along. Or I have the same feeling as you do. No, that does not. I have my own
Right.
mind, my own thoughts, my own way about speaking. I have my own opinion. I can talk for myself. I'm very
Right.
independent
Exactly.
and strong. But
Exactly.
will not do, you would not, but you can say whatever you want to say about me. That's your choice. You have a right to your opinion. You have freedom of speech. But what I would not do as a
Mhm.
woman, you can call me old, and I embrace my age proud. I am
Right. Go
57,
ahead.
but I do not look 57. Okay? On top of that, maybe you should be blessed one day. You better hope that you are blessed to live to get my age. Because nowadays, we dying at 50, 51. We only make it to 50. So why you want to call me old? I'm not old. I'm well seasoned. We gonna say that. And
I hear you, girl.
I'm proud to live to get the age I am. But what I would not do, I would not sit and exchange words with somebody that's old enough to be my child. I don't even exchange words with my own children. I don't exchange words with nobody in real life outside of working. I don't sit and argue.
Right.
Well, I don't even argue with people I work with, but I argue in court for a living. Okay. So I'm not finna sit here. I'm not, you can say whatever you want to say about me. I would not add fuel to your fire. I would not sit here and downgrade another woman. I would not sit here and downgrade another human, period.
Right.
Because that is
Right.
so not me. Ain't
Right.
no one will make me be something that I am not. I don't care what you say about me. You would not make me come off as some nasty, ugly, um, foul acting person. And then if you say because I'm friends with somebody that me and them, you're gonna treat us the same. Okay, you can do that. Well, then that means that everyone that follows you are just like you, or everyone that's over there with you acts just like you. Why are we not? This is social media. Why are we not free to watch who we want, support who we want, and it not be a problem? But
You're right.
I would not let you, because I don't talk to nobody, Harley. I don't do the messiness. I don't sit and argue with nobody. I would not sit and oblige you so you can make us content. I'm not gonna sit and go back and forth with you. You would not make you can talk about me all you want. But guess what? It takes two people to argue. I'm not gonna oblige you. I don't even oblige
Mhm.
people in real life with that. But you threaten that you will cause bodily harm. I guarantee you, in real life, if you were standing in my presence, you will, 57 years old and all, you being a child to me, I guarantee you, you cannot whoop me. And you say you would break my fingers, I guarantee you in real life, you would not put like one finger on me. You would
Cause
not
girl,
touch me in real life.
you pretty I don't mean to cut you off, but you know you well you already know I just recently went and had because I was like, you know what? All right, I'm because I don't know what's going on when when I'm walking down the street or who's gonna jump out or some clown's gonna jump out at me or something like that. So I'm gonna be ready. So I went and I'm protected. So if any female or any bitch call themselves trying to come at Patricia Brown, then I guess that's just what's gonna be happening because it's just gonna be we just gonna be at the OK Corral because I'm not having it.
Right, and they just passed the stand your ground law where I live. But I always stood my ground regardless. But I
I
ain't
see.
talking
I know.
about
I
putting
know that.
nobody in the dirt on YouTube. If you come and press up on me in real life, I will actually put you in the dirt for real.
I feel the
No
same
one,
way.
no one will put a finger on me at all without me defending myself. Not
Right.
one.
Right. Exactly.
And I used to do that
Exactly.
fight stuff when I was younger before I got grown. I fought as a kid. In real life, I'm not going to fight with you. I have a right to protect myself, and the way I protect myself would not leave you living.
Right.
So
And
if
that's the
you
thing.
got all
Yeah.
your kids, if you got kids, if
Hmm.
you got that line in order, if you got your life lined in order, then come for me in real life, and I will give you what you're asking for.
Right. Right.
I don't
See, and
bother
that's what.
nobody on YouTube, so I expect nobody not to bother me.
Right. And then they wonder why their kids end up growing up the way they do because kids mirror what they see their parents do. Kids mirror what they see their parents say and stuff like that. So I guess if your parent is labeled as a bully 9 times out of 10, you want to try to grow up and be a bully too. But I don't know. It's just like I said before. Things that that's in these YouTube streets and it's just like a big old it's just a big old drama pool. That's exactly what it is. It's not like at one time you could go into people's chat and relax and have listen to some good content, but now it's bitch this, I'll pull up to your house and kill you, and this and that, and come outside and let's fight, and why? But it is what it is. But
I
um,
don't do Instagram, I don't do Facebook, TikTok, and I didn't do that because I thought that that's considered social media. I've been on YouTube. It's going on 2 after 10. It's going on 2 years now. I didn't even know YouTube had this part to it, but they always saying that old people should not be on YouTube. I did not know it was an age limit to YouTube. Like because I know there's a whole lot of content creators, bloggers that's like my age, if not freaking older, you
yeah,
know.
right. Mhm.
But I just would not. And then you're gonna tell me that I don't have morals because I'm on here with you. I don't have a platform myself because I don't have time for YouTube in my life. Period.
Oh, you
I have time for
right.
the days I come on here with you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have time to where I can be a blogger. I have too many businesses I run enough to keep organized, and I don't have time to keep YouTube organized. You
See,
know,
it's just too
and
many jealous. It's just too many. These little fake female bloggers. They're popping up every day like roaches, and it's like they're hating on each other's channel. They're trying to sabotage each other's channel. I mean, it's just like nobody can come together anymore. Nowadays it's just like, okay, let's see who's gonna get the biggest laugh, and who's gonna get the biggest, who's gonna have the hottest platform of putting people down and stuff like that. Us as women, no, we don't stick together, especially not even on YouTube. We don't stick together in the streets, and we don't stick together on YouTube because it's always about me, 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 bitch, bitch, this, or I'm gonna pull up to your house and do something to you. So that's what it is now.
but I grew up as a kid, and when I was growing up, we as a race, we I came from a time where your neighbors was allowed to discipline you. If you act up where they saw you and your parents went there, then you went home and got disciplined again. You know,
Mhm.
I came up in a time where if it was a single mother raising children, and like say if she was on government assistance and she might have ran out of food before the month ended, or couldn't pay her light bill, if she was in any financial hardship, we look, I saw women look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? I came up in a time where we supported each other, we was there for each other, and your family was the people in your neighborhood. So
Right.
to see this, I cannot entertain it. I cannot participate in something that I don't believe in. And I don't believe in putting down my own race. I don't believe in putting down another human, period. Because God say when He created us all equal in His eyes. He said He's not partial. So He don't judge one person different than He judge another one. He don't see us no different than He sees another one. So that's
Right.
how I look at it. No matter what you are financially, no matter what your beliefs are, or no matter what you are, no matter what your race is, no matter what your culture is, I feel like all humans are equal. But I feel even more that as a race, we should stick
Hold on,
together.
Miss Lakers. I don't mean to cut you off. You got something going on in the background because I don't want YouTube to be like, oh, it's a copyright.
Oh, you can
You,
hear my son music all the way upstairs.
yeah, yeah. It's
Hold on.
it's yeah. Oh, that's okay. Unique, you want to come up? We're just kind of discussing something before we actually go into the show. There's just some things that that I want to address. And Miss Lakers, she had on her mind before we actually start the show and stuff. I don't know if you heard about it, Unique. That I'm pretty sure it's probably floating all around YouTube. That I got a my channel got struck. the other night for cyberbullying and harassment. Um, and now it's going around and saying one person did it, but I already know, and a lot of other people know too, that it was not the person that they keep saying it was. I know who it was. I know who it was. Um, and a few other people know who it was and stuff. But that's the thing. The reason why unique my page got struck is because I called myself trying to stick up and defend myself and chop it up and go in with other female bloggers. And if you go back and look at some of the videos that I was actually going into battle, I guess they didn't like what I said, and I guess it's because they were scared of me. They were scared. They were scared to battle me. They said that my mouth was too big. My voice was squeaky and all of that stuff. But as well as I do, if you in the streets and you fighting, you don't care what your voice sound like. You don't care. Your thing is that you want to be heard. So however it come out, that's just the way it comes out. You know what I mean? So I guess I got the best of both of them, and they called the police on me. The police came and they did what they did. So, but um, my channel went into review. I went in to show them, and they're now monitoring what's going on and stuff. And I was lucky to that they did give me a the join, because I got a lot of subscribers. Y'all will never know how many subscribers I got, because that's hidden. That's private information. So we're gonna keep it like that. But um, I got join button. I had a join button next to my name. So what's going to be happening? It's not going to be happening right now, but it probably will soon. So I'm going to be having private chat where only members only will be able to get in. If you don't buy a membership, you won't be able to come to my live. What you will be able to do is you will be able to subscribe to my channel. You'll be able to see my videos, that I put up fire singing and doing all my street stuff, because I do other stuff too. You can go and check me out, but just my live streams and my
You know,
my
they
my
can watch you live.
private
They won't
live.
just be able to have all them bad comments that everybody putting
No, they
up.
won't. They won't be
Yeah,
able to. They won't be able to, because the chat will be set on members only. So if you're not a
right.
member of my chat, then you won't be able to come in. So that
And
just
but
be
and but
expecting
that's
that
that's
what's going to be
bad though
happening.
that bloggers are having to do that now to keep out all the negativity and crap out the chat. You know,
Yes,
that's a
yes,
shame that you
yes,
have to go to that point to do
yes.
that. Like it's
Right.
bad.
Yeah. Yep. And YouTube just came down, and I'm pretty sure that all the bloggers will get it. They're going to be doing a two-step verification now. There's going to be where how some of those trolls will be able to make a page and all of that and come in and then they once they come in, they try to start blocking you and stuff. YouTube is revamping a lot of that stuff. So I've gotten my notice already on it, that it's in the works. So they're going to change a lot of stuff about these live streams, because what they're doing is they're monitoring from afar. That's what they're doing. So the notice is saying that there's going to be steps that you're going to have to take as creators to keep your stuff private, and no troll or nobody will be able to get your information to try to get in and make a page and block this person and block that person. So that's going to be coming up next. So that's why I'm saying now, I'm hoping that I have some stand up subscribers that love me, that they would still be able to come to my live stream and enjoy stuff, but they're not going to be able to get in without membership to my live stream, because it's just too much stuff going on. And if you want to go into different places and stuff, there's a lot of spots on YouTube now where you can actually go. If you want drama, you go into the drama. If you want that, I'm gonna pull up to your house and this and that, then that's fine. But I don't want my channel to be like that. Not all the time. I don't. I want people to come in and be able to talk with me and say, hey Patricia, this is what's going on, or this is what, this is that, or whatever, or kind of, chime in on some of the topics that we're talking about. I'm not gonna sit up here and talk about, oh, that bitch, don't kick her ass, I'll do this and that, and you're old, and your wig is raggedy, and you know what? All right, that's fine. But then what else you got? What else you got now? What else you got? Because I don't want to keep coming into your live stream and it's nothing but just about drama after drama after drama after drama. It's like that's how your mama raised you. Your mama raised you full of drama. That's how you want your kids to see you. It's nothing but a drama queen. You get on YouTube and acting like you the big bad whip. You gonna try to take down some of these females and stuff. Girl, please get out of here. You ain't tough, because if you was tough, then you my channel wouldn't have, my channel wouldn't have gotten the way it was, because of the, yeah. But
But
you
and
know what?
then
It is what
another
it is.
and then people say that, oh, I don't care about what you say to me. I don't care if you talk about me. Hold up, listen. If
Mhm.
anybody can sit on here and want to be talked about and want to be called the B word, or say that you fat and you ugly and you look like a gorilla or a monkey or a donkey, or anything besides a human being,
Yeah.
you can say that that don't matter to you. You are lying, because no one, I don't care who you are, no one wants to be called out of their name. No one wants to be made fun of, and no one
Right.
want to be talked down to.
Right.
You don't. It's not in human nature to want to be done like that. For you to say you want to be, you don't care. You can say what you want to say about me. I don't care. No, you do care. Because if you
Mhm.
didn't care, you wouldn't go back and forth with that person. See,
Right.
I honestly don't care what nobody say about me but God. Because let me tell you, I would not oblige you. I'm not going to talk about you. I'm not going to call you the B word. I'm not going to say, oh, if you go die somewhere. I'm not going to do that. As
Right.
a woman, as a mother, as a child of God, just as a human being, period. I don't want
Right.
to sit and argue with somebody every day. I'm not finna give you that energy. I'm not
Right.
gonna I'm
Exactly.
not finna sit and wondering every 5 minutes, are you talking about me? Are you talking about me? No, I'm not. But
Right.
listen,
Right.
if you talk about me, you look flat out stupid, because listen, I don't bother nobody. So you can come after me all you want. I'll be like you chasing the wind. It's impossible to
Mhm.
catch.
Right. And Miss Lakers, you don't see, and that's the thing. You don't, you've been on YouTube for a while, and you don't do anything. I mean, you go, you go up on platforms and stuff like that, and you're more like, you're more like a supporter and stuff, and you don't try to get in nobody's mess. People be trying to put you in messes just so they can battle you and come at you and stuff like that. But you got to remember too. And I was kind of sitting back and I was thinking, most of the, like you said, most of these people on YouTube, they are young. They are young. They're like about maybe like 24, 25, maybe what 30, 32, or something like that. So yeah, they are young, but to me, they just need home training. You know what I mean? They just don't know how to act. That's like I was saying. They just don't know how to act, and it's crazy that we gotta go. We gotta go back and forth. People people talk junk about me, and people make fun of me and stuff, and then I gotta be like, dang, now I gotta spit my energy, because now I gotta go back at this person. You know, I never had this. I never had this when I was doing my let me tell you something when I first started. So my show has completely turned. My show now has just been like drama after drama, going up on these live streams and battling this female. And I never had to do that. I never had to go up and battle and defend myself. My show was more like, you remember when I used to sing in the beginning when my live stream came on? I used to
Yeah.
sing, and we used to like chop it up. Nobody came up there, and yeah, I get my little juice in and stuff. That didn't change. That's not gonna change. And we just have a good time. We chop it up and stuff. But then yeah, I guess when I opened the door, to the drama just kept coming in. But I mean, don't get me wrong, Miss Lakers. You know me, I like a little rah rah here and there, and I chop it up and I pop my shit and I talk my shit and stuff like that. But eventually, there's going to be people that hear you from afar. See, we're just dealing with people, in the YouTube, but what about people that's probably in another country or something, or just listening, that want to come in and hang out, but they're not with that drama. They're not with that rah rah. So,
Right.
they just kind of listen, and but they will view you, but they won't subscribe to you because they don't want no part of that. And just like I know this other female, if she start looking at her numbers as far as subscribers, yeah, it's gonna grow, but it's not. But you're gonna have more viewers than you're gonna have subscribers, because they rather just sit and listen and look at you and view the rah rah, but they won't support you, and they will not yeah, they won't subscribe to your channel. When they want
But
the rah
then
rah,
also,
they'll come back.
they said that your first impression should be your best impression. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody do happen to stumble upon, they see your topic and they're like, "Oh, okay, that might gonna be a good conversation." But if they come in and you screaming and arguing with somebody, and you're saying the B word and that word, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, "Oh, okay." Like some people don't entertain that. And
Right.
I say that all the time when you get, I'm like, oh, that drove me crazy sitting here that whole time. And I tell you, I'm
I
like,
know,
oh,
girl. I
Patricia,
know my
no.
mouth is
You know
big.
what I'm
I
saying?
know. I know. I
And
know my mouth.
I just,
I know my
yeah.
mouth is big. I know it. I know my mouth is
And
big, and yeah.
I don't know where,
Go ahead.
like, if somebody does that and you have children, you should see what you look like as a mother sitting there doing that in front of your child. Your
Right.
child in the same room with you while you continue to call another person a B, you screaming, hollering to a computer or your phone, whatever device you're using to be on social media with. You other people see you, and then you got to remember whatever you put on the internet, whatever you put on social media
Yep.
it's never going to go nowhere. So one day, you know what I'm saying? Your children, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, your cousins, your daddy, your mom, people can see that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So unless you like that in real life, then people don't care what you like. And they be like, oh, that's how they act in real life. You know what I'm saying? But, and you know what? And that's why we as a race cannot get nowhere and can't get respect from other races because, listen, we don't even respect our own self, you know?
Yeah.
But even okay, you want to call me? Oh, that's even more better. That's the reason why I'm not going to fuel your fire because my old butt too old for that garbage. I don't have time. I don't play games with nobody. I just don't do it.
Yeah.
And it and I ain't saying it's beneath me or whatever, but as a human, well, I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual. Okay, and you got to think about it. They talked about Jesus Christ. What did he do? Nothing. He continued to love people. You know what I'm saying? And then God said you're not supposed to return for evil to no person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I believe that. And you know what? And that's why I say my life is truly, truly blessed. I am so blessed. And I would not lose my blessings or change my relationship I have with God for nobody. I would
Right,
not.
especially over
I
YouTube.
would not cut off my right. I would not cut off my blessings for no social media. I would cut off social media before I interfere with my relationship I have with God. I would not. My
Right,
life is
exactly.
so freaking blessed. I
But you know
can't
what?
do it, and I'm not
It's
going to
just
do
like,
it.
right. You know what? It's just like I was saying. Um, we're gonna kind of do this, and then we're gonna get on to the tonight's topic. But it's just like I was saying. It's just like, I have so much respect when I go and up on these other, live streams. I mean, not even live streams. When I go into these other videos and I see some of the Caucasian people, and all the stuff that they're doing. Far as they're not even doing all of that bickering and fighting and stuff like that. It's always the black people. It's always us. It always brings the drama and the rah rah. With the white people, they just care about getting money and whatever YouTube money that they have, they invest it. Being it in stocks or bonds or something like that. And they don't have time for all that foolishness, all that cussing. And I believe that's probably why half of them don't have no live streams, because they don't even know what lives they just probably be like, listen, I'm on YouTube to make money, have fun, bring some entertainment, or I'm gonna do a hair tutorial, show y'all how to do some hair, this and that, just have fun. And there's going to be someone out there that's going to like that, and that's how they're gonna build their house. Their house is gonna get big off of that. Now, if we had two or three of those hair tutorial girls come into our life, they'd probably run out of here. They'd probably be like, "Oh no, I'm not with this drama. I'm about no, no, no. I don't do this. I don't do this." So yeah, it's just I guess with YouTube, it's a whole different variety of stuff. But eventually you can't. How many times are you gonna call a B, and how many times are you gonna say you're gonna whip somebody's butt, and how many times are you gonna say pull up and this and that. Like I said, eventually you know it's gonna be times people gonna be like, I'm not even with this drama. I'll look at it another day, or I'll just turn it off and then come back a little bit later, because every time you turn around, it's nothing. It does nothing that catch your attention, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I want to have something like far as some good content that will catch my attention, that will make me be like, dang, this is pretty good. But if I want the rah rah, I'd be like, oh man, he said some funny stuff. Oh my God, that was funny. But nowadays, it just seemed like these men, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. Some of these men are arguing with these females now. It's like some of these men done put on women dresses and high heel shoes and makeup, girl, and going into these
Right.
live streams.
And then not only that, listen, if 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 someone can sit and do that all day, every day, you have to look in the mirror like you're not truly happy with yourself. You're not truly happy in life. Because and then let me tell
Hmm.
you, if you're like that in real life, I can tell you for a fact you don't have a good support system around you. You don't have good friends around you that's really there for you. Because some people will be around you and they don't be laughing with you. They actually be laughing at you.
At you,
They
right?
they laughing at you.
Exactly.
They're not laughing with you. You think, oh yeah, this person. They only being around you why you make a fool out of yourself. You
Right,
know,
right.
and that's actually what you're
Exactly.
doing. And if anybody around you care anything about you, they would not let. I have people in my family like that, and let me tell you this: whenever they need something, they can't get nothing from nobody. Cause guess why? Nobody want to be around them. Nobody want to be near them because they're messy. They messy. They a troublemaker. You know what I'm saying? And you look at them and frown upon them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So if anybody like that in real life, I can guarantee you that. And then they make you look bad because most of these people that all say this, a lot of them been in penitentiary. So you come out of penitentiary, you already got that against you that you went to jail. Okay.
Right.
And
Get
then
your
you come out,
silent
you're
talk.
still violent talking. So what?
Right, there you go. Go ahead.
You still acting violent. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, but I'm just saying that's why people don't want to hire people that been in penitentiary because they feel like they still got violent tendencies. You know what I'm saying? But I just, you know, I knew like we was bad as a race, but not till I came on YouTube the last 2 years. You know, I've been on here going on 2 years. Not that
Mhm.
I found my first year, I didn't even experience that. But like the last year or so, it's like I'm going on here less and less. Now, if only time I be on here is like when I'm on here with you. And then I
Right.
might spend, I might go on somebody and like it and say, hey, and then I leave. I just can't be on here. And it's going lesser and lesser and lesser. Plus I don't have the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
But
Exactly.
it's horrible. Like how
It's
we
nothing positive. Nothing.
right, nothing
Nothing.
positive, right. And
Nothing
everybody
positive
don't do the
anymore.
drama. No, everybody
Right.
don't do the drama. So
Everybody.
people
Right. And
subscribe to
right.
you because of how you
Mhm.
used to be, and then the last week or two, you've been something that you're not. You know what I'm saying? So your
Yeah.
subs are that's just subscribe to you. Be like, hey, like wow, you know, and I'm gonna have to go watch her later, or I come back to her next show. Maybe she won't be hollering and screaming and arguing with some. You know what I'm saying? You don't want
Right.
to lose subs that's not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's
Exactly.
not you, Patricia. Even though you stand your own, I can stand my own in real life too. But that's not how you want to be all the time. That's not you,
No, I
and I
do. Just
know
like I
that.
said. Just like I said. I mean, I'm listen. I'm not gonna back down because you already know me. You saw me in action. I'm not gonna back down from no female, but I don't want my channel to be like that. That's why what I do is I try to make my channel fun. That's why I do taking it to the streets. That's why I do my music, and stuff like that. That's why I, do Messy Boots Thursday just to kind of go down these YouTube streets and just find some but I just try to keep it a little variety of stuff. And then I try to put up, positive content. I don't be trying to be like pull up and this and that or a B and all of this stuff. I don't want my channel to be all like that because there's enough drama on YouTube. It's enough content creators that have all that stuff going on. Now you got it seems like nowadays what you got on YouTube, and I'm just gonna be straight and honest with you. Now it seems like you got the men putting on the women dresses and the women putting on men pants. I'm just gonna keep it just like that. Because there's a lot of men up here on YouTube now. They argue just like females. First thing they want to do is come up on the panel and battle a female. Oh, well, let me tell you something, B. Wait a minute. You's a man. You's a man. How you gonna call a woman? How you gonna call a woman that? And then how you gonna be up on there from like now? I could see women going up on men's channels and staying up there because they some of them they look kind of good like tall glasses of water, but then you got men going up on there staying to like he'll go up there like 9 o'clock in the morning on a live on a chat, be in that chat to like about 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just looking or chopping it up or something like that, you know so it just seemed like there's more men in those that's in those battles on different on the chats than the women. But what's happening now though, there is more women bloggers popping up where they're coming up with their own show. I mean, I wouldn't even say show. Let's scratch show because it isn't. It's just like drama. That's what it is. They're coming up with their own drama. Hey, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get a page and I'm gonna talk about this person, and then I'm gonna get that all those subscribers to come over to my channel because I'm gonna be popping my shit about this person, and then this person, then I'm gonna get a laugh, and I'm gonna get that. But eventually, people are gonna get tired of that. They're gonna say, "Don't you got content? What are we talking about today? What's the topic for tonight?" You know, And if you don't stick on that topic, eventually, I guarantee you, they're gonna leave. They're gonna leave. They're gonna leave. The ones that eventually gonna want to have a topic to talk about, and you're not coming up with anything. The only time they come in your, every time they pull up to your live stream, it's either a B, a H, or a, all types of stuff. Old lady, oh, raggedy this and raggedy and that, and you know, eat this and eat that and suck. No, 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 because eventually they're gonna want some content, and they're gonna be like, mm-mm, this ain't it. I'll
But
come back on days when I want to be with that rah rah stuff. When I want to be with that this and that. But right now, I just want to go into a live stream, hear some positive shit, and just chill and have a good time. And then I'll go when I want to hear the rah rah. Then that's what I'll do. But
but just
I don't know.
imagine. And that's why so many people that spend all day on here, all day and all night, hours and hours on here. I'm like,
Hours.
man, how can they do that? They go from one video, one live to another live to another live, and they all messy. But listen, if men disrespect women on here, that mean they disrespect women in real life that same way. They don't have no respect for their mom. They don't have no respect for their sisters, or auntie, or grandma. None of that. 'Cause if you disrespect women, you disrespect women in real life.
Yeah.
Okay? And the women on here that sit here and argue with men and stuff, you don't know how to be a woman. So and that's why you probably don't have a man. You don't have a sexual relationship in real life. Whereas
Right.
people
Just.
would like
Yep.
say stuff about me. Oh, you've been married to the same man your whole life. Y'all been married 37 years. I know that's boring. I know, like, y'all probably tired of each other. No, I'm not tired of being with the man I've been with all my life, and he's not
Mhm.
tired of being with me. We have a foundation. We have a family. We have a friendship. We have a relationship, not just being married. We have each other. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, and it's not easy to be in a relationship that long, but you have to know your place. You have to know how to respect one another. You have to know how to treat one another. You just don't be together and it actually happen. No, everyone has to know their place in a relationship. You know
Right.
what you do and what you don't do. But I guarantee you, I would not be with my husband if he called me the B word or H word, or he told me to suck his penis. If he ever talked to me like that, or if I talked to him like that, we would not be together because that don't make a relationship. And these women
Right.
that's challenging men, that's why men
Yeah.
don't want. You know what? And that's why they said that the men will go outside our race and date another race because those women not don't act like
That's why, because a white
our
woman is
women.
not going to talk to a. I'm just saying something. Maybe it might be. Well, you got some ghetto, some white women that won't take no junk. But some of the ones that come from a good upbringing and family and this and that, yeah, they're not gonna be they're not gonna be about that. They're not gonna be about that rah rah and stuff like that. So I mean, I hear what you're saying, and yeah, and they're not gonna, the black dude, he ain't gonna call her out, out her name and stuff like that. Now, I I'm not saying that it didn't don't happen, because just say, they get mad at each other. She might call him the N word and he might call her the B word or something. But um I don't know, Miss Lakers. It just seemed like now, you know, everything is just so messed up. Everything on YouTube now is just about, show, uh show this and show that, and I don't care about you, and F you and all of that. The men, totally disrespecting the women, the women, uh saying all this stuff, and disrespecting the man. But even though a man should know better, you know what I mean, he should know not to go in and call a woman the B word and this and that. I mean, and all this stuff. You don't kiss your
But
mama
I
with
don't
that
know
mouth,
because
do you?
the women nowadays calling men the B word too, and they telling the men to suck their penis like they got
Yes.
one. I be tripping off that. I'm like,
I
hey,
can't
like,
I can't understand that either. But they do it. It's like, wait a minute, wait, what? Now you know what I'm going to get off YouTube. and stop looking at that channel is when somebody say suck my and I'm gonna be like, oh no, that's it. YouTube done went too far, girl.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, y'all. Um, so yeah, so we just kind of had to chop it up for a minute, but we're gonna get on tonight's topic. So tonight's topic is about do parents what exploit their children. So Miss Lakers, what's your take on that, girl? Let me just drink some water and go ahead.
Yeah, it has been for years in some cultures that I feel like parents exploit their children, and a lot of them still do it now. Well, and a perfect example right now, we're gonna say that everything we speak on tonight is allegedly because it's always two sides to every story.
Right. So
But going on
allegedly.
with the story, right, with Mr. Kelly right now, it's young women that's with him that supposedly was given to him by their parents. That their parents know that they was with him. The parents actually took them to him. It's because, like, I guess supposedly to get their music careers or whatever off the ground, which he's been known for doing for people, making great music for them and stuff.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it goes back all the way to like 20 some years ago with Aaliyah. He
Mm.
supposedly was with her when she was like what 15 years old or something, and he was supposed to have been 27
But
allegedly.
this is allegedly, right? Like you
Yeah,
said.
allegedly that they supposed to have been married when she was 15 and he was 27. And so in
Okay.
order for him to ever be with her, I mean, like when my kids was 15 years old, especially my daughter, well, all my kids though, my daughters, they was not in relationships with no man or relationship with another kid that was 15 years old, you know.
Mhm.
And if you have a child that's a minor child, you know what I'm saying, and they with somebody grown, if they, you know what I'm saying, if it's and you know about it, then it's like you know, you for your child can have that monetary, wealth or be financially well off. They get into a career that's in their entertainment business. You know, by them being minors, the parents will have control of the. You know what I'm saying? Because if they take off and become successful and they're a minor,
Mhm.
you will be the one that's in charge of all their finances, making sure the child this and that. But if your child knowingly is in a relationship with a grown person and they're a minor and you okay it, to me that's supporting your child for financial gain. Like I don't think no child should be put in that position, you know.
Right, right, exactly.
And
But you
then
know
some
what? You
cultures, go ahead.
right, but you know you hear stuff, you hear stories like that. You know where parents, they come from, like dirt poor. They really don't have money. The dad done lost his job, mama's not working. And say they got a cute little daughter or something, and she decides to go and see a concert or something, and then just somebody there just kind of put her on a prompter screen or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? And they see the girl and they say, hey, you wanna come backstage and meet such and such and such. So then they go back there and they start having talks and stuff like that. Now they already know that the girl is she's a young girl, but then all of a sudden it's like let me talk to your parents or something like that. Now what they probably do, I'm not sure, but I'm just kind of just throwing it out with just different stories and stuff. What they probably do is they probably go to, hey, I'm having a concert over in a city, and I was wondering, you know, I'll pay for the airfare and this and that, blah blah. Blah. You bring your daughter, or can your daughter go with a grown up or whatever I watch, stuff like that. That's that honeymoon. That's that honeymoon phase. That's just a groomer, and to to get her in his good graces and stuff. So the parents, they're more like, shoot, um, you're gonna help my dad get a job, and or you don't put $10,000 in his bank account, or you're gonna help us get a new house and this and that and this and that, and and it's all at the expense of the daughter.
Right. And then it's like in some cultures, in some countries, like
Right,
poor, and they have arranged marriages where a child is groomed to marry somebody, once they become of age. Like in some countries, a child can be 12, 13, 14, and they can be part of a harem where the man married them. You know what I'm saying? And they
right.
take on that. They call them a woman, but I don't know how you can call it a child that young, a woman.
Well, that's
You
their
know,
yeah, but that right, but that's their that's, I guess that's their heritage, and that's their religion, and that's what they believe in. And I believe in other countries are like that too, where the daughters, they marry and they have babies. I believe at what, 12, 13. But yeah, like those, I know, those arranged marriages, but yeah, but it's just that some of these parents and stuff, they know that, they're not gonna get money, like, you know what I mean. So they rather use their kids as pawns, because they know that them kids are, it's gonna be their meal ticket. Let's just keep it real. And yeah, so anybody wanna come up and hang out, and we could talk. um uh Love
but
is
how many
blue.
times?
What's going on with you, girl? Huh?
But how many times do it just don't be for money? What about mothers that was selling their girls for drugs? You know what I'm saying? They give
Yeah.
the drug dealer to be with their child. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And kids can be sold for all kind of things because like
It can
it's
be right.
so
Exactly. Right. It don't have to just be money. You're absolutely right, Miss Lakers. It don't have to be just about money. It could be about like you were saying, drugs. It can also be about paying off of a debt. Like, the mama might be like, I don't have money, but I do have my daughter. You know what I'm saying? You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Or
So
my
so she
son
may not have
nowadays
the
the way
money.
things
Right.
are.
Right. Mhm. She may not have the money to pay, but 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 now the man done took a liking to, the 12 or 13-year-old daughter, and he might be like, all right, let me go, and the mama do it, because number one, the mama's probably strung out, and she's not thinking about, the only thing she's thinking about is, hey, I want to get high. So that's just what it is. So you absolutely right. It's just not about the just like for money. It could also be about a debt that needs to be paid, or drugs. You know, the mama, she's so far gone. She's not caring about the daughter. The only thing she's caring about is because she needs to get that fix. You know, and the
Yeah,
daughter,
and
she.
then
Mhm.
go ahead, go
Right.
ahead.
Mm-mm.
And then too, mothers that in relationship they don't want to be by themselves. So nowadays, parents are bringing any man around their children or any woman around their children.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not
it.
the
That's
mother
it.
or father of a children. Because
Yep.
now we hear a whole lot these guys coming up, a whole lot of rappers and singers, entertainers be like, well, when I was 7 year old, the babysitter, she touched me. It's a lot more men coming out. That's something they was touched by a man or a woman when they was kids coming up. And
Yeah.
it's just bad. And then like especially these women nowadays, it's like real bad with the mothers. Just you don't know nothing about the guy you're dating, and it's not the father of your children. but you instantly can meet somebody and instantly have them around your children. Like you don't
Yep, I
know
think those
if
women
this
are
man,
desperate.
yeah, you don't
They're
know,
desperate.
not,
Yep, you're right, Miss
you
Wiggins. I don't mean to
neglect
cut
your
you up, but they're
children
desperate for a
financially.
man.
Yeah, you neglect your children financially for this man, and then like you got this man that you just met. You don't know anything about him. You know what I'm saying? But what he tell you, you don't really know him, and you bring him
Right.
around your children,
Yep.
and even if you think you know him, you really don't. You don't know nothing. 'Cause people can hide things, hide the way they feel, hide things they done in their
Right.
past. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then here
Right.
your daughter is come tell you that mom, your boyfriend touched me. And half these women would say, "Oh, you just don't want me to be with him." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or stuff like that, and not believing what the child say, and would pick that man over their child. And
Ooh,
believe
ooh,
him
yes,
before
that's a
you
good
believe
one, Miss
your
Lakers.
child.
You're absolutely right. You absolutely right because it is a lot of mothers out here that will do that. They will, I'm not saying all, so y'all don't get mad at me, but it is some mothers out here that will actually have plates and good stuff ready for the boyfriend than the kids. The kids they'll shoot off and get some McDonald's or Burger King, but the
No,
boyfriend,
some
oh, she's
ramen
gonna be in that
noodles,
kitchen
some
making
ramen noodles.
some right. She's gonna be in that kitchen frying some chicken, macaroni and cheese
Right,
and
he
all
got
that.
some
Baby, you
steak and
hungry?
some
Come on,
lobster
sit down
tail.
and eat.
Right, he got some steak, some lobster tails, some crab
Right.
legs.
And the kids is eating
All
noodles.
that stuff. And the kids eating ramen noodles. You know what I'm
Right, the
saying?
kids is
I don't,
eating noodles. Right, they eat noodles, or the mama gonna be like, I'm gonna give you we gonna go to, I'm gonna get you some McDonald's or some Burger King or something like that. And the boyfriend, she already know you can't feed no man that man if he been out or whatever and he worked and he's coming to your house. He don't want that. He wants a home cooked meal. So meanwhile, you in the kitchen, you slaving, you making chicken and macaroni and cheese and pork chops and collard greens and and your kids
right,
just not ate that little bit of stuff. Now they gonna be hungry because soon as they smell that food, they gonna be like, "Mama, who that food for? Oh, this for Ray."
right, right. This for right. You know what I'm saying? You
So
know.
yeah, but
And people just don't think everybody got somebody like that in their family. Like I'm only speaking for what I know. Listen, I done seen my cousins and them, and they be like, "Oh, you so preachy or whatever." But no, it ain't about being preachy. It's about like, sometimes when I feel like as a parent, the child should always come first, like how they feel,
right,
because like if you I mean like they have to grow up one day, and I think like the better examples we set as parents, if the better they can chance they will have at being you know s- a little bit better in life. You know what I'm saying? Instead of all children gonna go their own way, but you try to set a good foundation for them. Like when they say like these young girls get pregnant and the grandma not even 40 years old, she a grandma already because listen, she set a bad example for the one. Don't
yeah,
nobody try to break this cycle. She had
right,
her baby young, the daughter young, and then the daughter had her daughter young, and then the young daughter turned around and had her baby young. So it
right.
just
It's
keep
it's it's
going and going and
yep.
going.
It's
Somebody
definitely
finally break it.
Yep. It's definitely a cycle until somebody break it. You're absolutely right. That's just like a person that's on a daughter could be on DSS. Okay. And then the daughter have a baby. Okay. The baby will grow up. She'll be on DSS. Then the grandma, now the grandma, she's already on it. So now you got three people. You got the daughter, the daughter's daughter, and you got the grandma. So yeah, and it's a pattern. So yeah, somebody got to break it, but it's always gonna be one person that's gonna have a better head on their shoulders. It's gonna be like, I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna hustle. I'm gonna get me a job and this and that. But yeah, I always think that It just kind of runs in the family. And these young girls that's being on these assistants, and they're only like 14, 15, 16 years old. And you turn around and they're having like three kids. And then you got the girl's mama. She's just kind of young herself, but she's on assistance. So it's like it's crazy. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah. But to me, ain't no money or no. Well, I'm married to my children's father. We've been married forever. We have all our children are together. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So my kids only man they saw was their father, and we still married now. But and all I saw with my parents was my mom and dad and my grandparents. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of set a good example. It's like how a woman should be and how a man should be. I came from solid foundations. And I gave the same thing to my children. You know what I'm saying? They have a
Yeah.
solid foundation. And I have two grandchildren, and they married to their children father. And saying so. Just hopefully like they can, learn from the example that was set for them. But it's so many out here, and I have them in my family that, go through this. Like a lot of my cousins that's younger than me, I try to talk to them as mothers, what I'm saying, or even before they come mothers. But I don't understand how women or anybody think a check can replace a parent. Money cannot replace a parent in a child's life. To
Mhm.
me, a father means everything to not just a girl, but to a boy too, because I feel like a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. I just that's how I believe. I mean, like
That's
some
true.
people might believe different, but I don't feel like a woman can raise a boy to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like girls that have fathers, like I know my dad taught me, told me about men and how you don't accept this or that and how a man should treat you. And my father showed me how a man should treat a woman by the way he treated my mom. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Right.
And even how the way he treated me as a daughter, and then I don't understand how some fathers take being a father to a daughter to the extreme where they can be a sick father to their daughters or the sick father to their children, period. I don't understand how you can love a child that way. For the life of me, I wouldn't understand, because I know my dad loved me to death. And it just taught me that, as a woman, and as a child coming up to have that love and respect of a man and watch how he love and respect my mom, that as a wife, I was not going to be loved or treated less than.
Yeah.
I was never hit by my father, so I'm not gonna let a man I'm not gonna let nobody put their hands on me, period. But I know that people say when a man abuse you, oh, that's love. No, that you don't love me if you put your hands on me. No. And as a woman, I know I should not put my hands on a man. You know,
Right. Right.
so,
Yeah.
and people say that no matter how you raise your children, they can go wrong, this and that. But I'm gonna tell you, just by being raised and watching, a lot of things are just learned behavior. But I just knew if me and my husband did not make it or stay together, I know me as a mother, I would be too scared to have men nowadays around my children, around my grandchildren, even around me, because you don't know who you dating nowadays. You don't know who you with. You know,
Right.
it
Exactly.
and mm, it's just some so scary how to see you know certain situations happen. And
Right.
like I
Mhm.
say, and then the parent can choose the other person over your child or believe that person
Right.
over your
Right. But you
child.
know what? You know what? Let me just say this, Miss Lakers. The saddest thing that you could see, and I know, I'm not saying that all parents are slack when it comes to the, but I look at some of these kids getting on the school bus. I look at some of these kids walking to school, and the way they're dressed, and how some of these, how some of these parents just don't care how these kids are being sent to school. I mean, some of them come with raggedy pants and dirty sneakers, and and it's so sad. It is, and I say kudos to some of the teachers that see this, and they do step in, and they try to, bring some clothes in to give to the, to give to the kids. But then you got the parent, the little ghetto parent that want to come in. You don't have to bring my child. I'm a good mother. I take good care of my kids. This and that, this and that. But then you got your kid coming to school with raggedy ripped up pants, and they smelling bad, and hair ain't been combed, and all of this stuff. So I feel real bad for some of these kids that have to ride the bus, because not only that, the other kids are picking on them. The other kids are picking on them and be like, "Oh, look at your busted old shoes. Oh, look at it. Look what your mama ain't comb your hair, and all of this and all of that." And I also believe too that when you got them young boys that's going to high school and stuff, and they lack the education of reading. They don't know how to read that well, or their math skills ain't up to par and stuff like that. And then they get into those classrooms, and then they see that the other kids are being picked on, and they can't make it. They know they can't really, they're not that good in math, and they're not that good in reading. So the first thing they do is they drop out. They drop out and hit the streets, and with no type of guidance, the first thing they're gonna do is get under the influence of those dealers out there, those gangs, and next thing you know, bam, they're caught in there, because they never really stayed in school to learn how to read. They never stayed in school to learn how to do math or anything, because they didn't want the other kids to pick on them. I know that when I worked for the when I was working in a school district, I used to see that a lot of times. I used to see where the kids would come in, and they were sharp dressed, and they had a sharp minds. They know how to do the math. They knew how to read. But then you had another kid in there that's slow, that didn't know how to read that well, didn't know how to do math problems that well. That the clothes was kind of raggedy or something. They would get kicked. They would get picked on by the other kids. And I know eventually, if that kid grew up and he still was in that same environment, as far as his family life and home life and stuff, he probably ended up totally dropping out of school, not even going to college, not even really learning how to really write, use a computer or anything. That's why I believe some of these men don't know how to use a computer, because they didn't stay in school long enough to know. You know what I mean? They didn't get the training that they needed, because they dropped out at an early age and never went back.
Right.
But
And
who do we
unique
blame?
era.
But who do we blame? Do we blame the parents for not stepping in to say, listen, you better keep your ass in school. I'm not playing with you. Or the parents might be like, you know what? Well, if you drop out, you just drop out. That's it.
Well, I think you blame both the child and the parent. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, as long as you a minor and you in my house, you're going to do what I say, you know?
Yeah,
And then, you know what line I couldn't stand coming up? You do as I say. You do as I say, not as I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't
yeah,
believe in that. I believe like you always should set an example for your children. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always believe if I tell you not to do something, I can't tell you not to do something I don't do. Like, because kids learn from learned behavior. And
right,
you need. Yeah, I did get picked on because I had two parents. But back in our days, a lot of kids had two parents. But let me tell you what got worse even more as I got growner, because my parents was well off, and when I was born, I inherited wealth from my parents. But and I kept it going. I did not run through it. I kept it. I rebuilt it. To where it got high, and to where I was able to pass it on to my children and grandchildren. And then I tell people, like, when you're born and you inherit wealth from your parents, a lot of kids don't keep that money. And it's a lot of entertainers you can look at that come from parents that's well off, and the children's run through their money, then they messed up
They
in
run
life
through
later
it,
on.
right? They run
Yeah.
through it. You're absolutely right. They run through the money, or what they do is that the parents, now they sweated and slaved it all their lives. With putting houses together, real estate and stuff like that, and stuff with so their kids wouldn't have to struggle and suffer like they did and stuff. But the minute the parents, pass away, here comes the sharks. Now you got the kids fighting against each other because now it's like, oh wait a minute, Mama got that gold necklace. She told me that I can have it, but then you got somebody else, one of the siblings saying no, no, that's mine. So it could, it'll tear money could tear a family apart. It really can,
Well,
and I understand what you were talking about, Miss Lakers, when you were saying that you was well off and stuff like that. See, um, I know you are older than me, but I know that if I was going to school with you, I would probably call you names. I would probably call you Miss Goody Two Shoes. I would probably be
oh
calling
yeah, I
you
got I got
because
called that
I
all the
already
time,
know
Miss
me,
Goody
because
Two
I would
Shoes.
be jealous. But I would be jealous. I would be that female that would get with other females to pick on you because I would consider you a Miss Goody Two Shoes because my parents wouldn't be able to afford what your parents did. You know what I mean? My parents wouldn't be able to afford those $200 sneakers and those real nice outfits and stuff like that. But your parents could, so I would call you Miss Goody Two Shoes, and I wouldn't like you because I would feel like, dang, why can't my parents? But that's how it is,
Yeah, and it did happen. I got called those names, Miss Goody Two Shoes. Oh, you think you better? And I still get told that now. Oh, you think you better than everybody? No, that's what you think of me. That's not what I think of myself. You know what I'm saying? And people like, and when people get to know me, they're like, "You so humble." You know, like they're like, "I ain't never met a person that has the money you have, and you so humble." I'm like, "Cause money don't make me." You know what I'm saying? With or
Yes,
without money, I would be the same person. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? It don't make me no better than nobody else. And I grew up knowing, like my dad is so much of me being me. You know, he grounded me so well, in my life. Like when I lost him in 2013, that was like the worst thing I went through ever in life. And
mhm,
to have my mom, I'm like, I was one of those, I had like the best parents in the world. And I made sure I was that same type of parent to my children. Like, and I thank God every day that He gave me the parents I had, the grandparents that I had. You know, it was just
yeah,
such a blessing to have parents that was so loving, that gave their all to be parents. And
right,
usually parents that's well off, they don't raise their kids. A nanny raised their children and this and that, that and this. My parents didn't have that. We had a babysitter, sure enough, because my mom was an RN and my daddy started off being an officer. Then he went from that to being a homicide detective, and then he went from that to being a prosecutor, and then he went from that to coming back to our family law firm and practicing law with me and my husband after we graduated school. We took over our family business, you know, and
oh, okay,
we just, we like when my girls got finished school, it was able for me to branch out our family business and to make it, more with my girls. You know what I'm saying? And I made my girls their own bosses, and they have lawyers that work underneath them. You know what I'm saying? Because
see, that's
uh
good. See,
giving them
that's
that.
what I'm saying, Miss
Yeah.
Laker. See, you laid a good foundation, for your girls and stuff. But it's a lot of it's a lot of parents out there that didn't even have that kind of upbringing from their parents. So actually, they had to learn from just kind of just watching, or they just had to learn it from just learn as you go type of thing, because they didn't have that, and that's why I believe that, you know, right, you know, I don't even know if I should put this out here because sometimes people just keep put that, keep that, pull that against you. But I am gonna say that,
Well, you know they
right
use that
today.
against me on YouTube.
Okay,
Oh,
but
you
listen
think
though.
you better than other people?
Right, but listen though. Right today, my dad, he has a problem with saying "I love you." He has a problem with saying "I love you." He has a problem when he was married to my mom, saying that he loves her. And I went and I was like, why is my dad scared to say, or why is he saying he loves us? You know,
I got an
he
uncle like
loves
that.
us. I mean, you know what? He shows us that he loves us, but he doesn't tell us he loves us. And that's a big
Right,
thing. I know you love me, but I want you to tell me you love me. And
right.
that's only because of his upbringing of his father. I found out that his father never told him or told his brothers. So therefore when he grew up and people would say that, I love you, he would be like, yep, that's it, because he never had that. He never had that feeling. Um, but getting back to the topic where we were talking about parents exploiting their kids. What about the parents that has a serious gambling problem, and they and just say that, the father can't. The father has a big bill, like a like a $10,000 debt or something, and he lets his young daughter goes with this young man or this older man for like a week or
To work
something
off
like
his
that,
debt.
to work off his debt. You know what I mean? And and that's crazy. And it kind of reminds me of back in slavery. You know how when the farmers, when they couldn't afford to pay, and how the how some of those they what would they be called, the um the masters, they would come in and be like, well, you know what, I'm going to sell your daughter over here until this debt is paid, then I'm going to bring her back. So, I think it's always been, this exploiting stuff, what I mean, parents or just people just getting exploited all over the place, really, to be
Right.
honest with you.
But and that's why I say again too, like people think, and a lot of people think it don't matter when when your kids are children. They're like, oh, they're gonna do what they want to do anyway when they get grown. But okay, if that's the case, let that happen. But still, I feel like you should be the best parent you can be. And to
Miss
think
Lakers,
that,
wait, I don't want to listen. I know you. Is this making you kind of? Because I can hear it. I know. I mean,
oh
because we could
no, no,
change the
no.
subject.
My
Are you
nose
sure? Because
stopped
I
up.
don't
I
want you
got my
upset.
ear on. I'm in my house underneath the air, so my nose getting stopped up. That's it. And I'm
Okay,
just
okay. Go
talking.
ahead, girl. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But I'm talking out my mouth because my nose stopped up.
Oh, because I'm sitting here thinking like, Pat, you see, and
That's for
she's
me
gonna she's
being in the
trying.
air. Me in
Okay,
the air. Then I go outside. It's hot outside, so it make me catch a cold. So I just got a summer cold. That's it.
okay. Go ahead, Miss
But
Lakers. Go ahead.
but and now was a time I couldn't talk about my dad without crying. I'd be breaking down.
I
But
know how
it
you feel,
is,
girl.
like I hate cancer. I can tell you that now. Cancer it took my dad away, and it's taking my mom now. She been
Yeah,
fighting cancer like 10 years, and I thank God like she's so healthy and whatever. As far as her eating and everything, the way she live her life. That they told her she was only gonna live a year with the cancer, and it's been 10 years she been living with it. You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah,
just thank God that she's still here. But
yeah.
a lot of people tell me that and I hate when people say this. They was like, "Oh, you think you? I don't think I'm better than nobody." And a lot of people be like, "Oh, you give God too much credit in your life." I give God all the credit in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Me
And
too.
that's just me. That's just how I feel. I feel like that God has truly blessed me. But it's a scripture in the Bible that says every good gift comes from God. You know, and so
That's
I have
right.
been spiritual all my life. and people think you being spiritual mean that you got to go to a place to worship. Like people don't realize the Bible said your body is a temple. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I always have treated my body that way. Like I never, and nothing wrong with this, cause my husband doesn't live like I do. I never drink. I never smoked. I never did. I don't do. Never did drugs. Never smoked the green stuff. I just never did anything. I just never believed. Like I'm gonna say, listen, what I did to my husband one year. I said
Mhm.
every time you buy a sack of green, every time you buy pack of Black and Miles, every time you buy a bottle, every time you buy anything that's in vain, and in vain means to me that you can't see your money. Okay, I said every time you do that, I had a jar. We gonna put in my jar every time you do that. Man, we was
Mhm.
up to six figures at the end of the year. I'm like, that's pathetic.
Wow, girl.
I'm like, that's pathetic. That's pathetic, pathetic, pathetic. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I just don't, to sell your children for anything, to me
Yeah.
is bad. Like
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
uh, understand as a parent, like where is, but you know what? I read a study one time that everybody that have children, do you know a woman can carry a child and don't get the mothering instinct? That they never got the mothering instinct while they was pregnant with that child. So they
Right.
have a detachment from that child. I
Yeah.
got an uncle, like you said, your dad is, have a problem telling somebody he loved them. And I
Right.
remember I asked my cousin one time, cause we used to spend the night over there all the time. And I'm like, man, why your dad? I'm like, your dad never tell y'all he love y'all. 'Cause like when she would give her dad, a kiss goodnight, I heard her say, I love you, dad. And he didn't say, he like, all right, okay. And he wouldn't answer back. I'm like, your dad don't tell you he love you? And she was like, no, my dad not like your dad. I'm like, my dad tell me he love me all, that was something we said all the time. I'm like, I love you, dad. He's like, I love you too, baby. I mean, like my dad called me his prince. I was his only girl. I had three older brothers. So I
Yeah.
was like, I was a tomboy because I home my older brothers and I was with my dad all the time. But my dad called me his little princess like all the time.
You're right, but you
And
know what, Miss Lakers? Another thing too, I wanted to say while we're on this topic, what about the men that's in prison? Do they get passed around and exploited by other inmates? Far as if there's a debt that needs,
oh yeah,
they
a
can't
whole
pay.
lot get done like that in jail. Oh yeah. I don't heard some horror stories. Like I got cousins in there, right? And look, that's funny you say that because I got cousins in the pen that been there for woo wee. They was there since I was teenagers and they still in there. Like one of them just died like 2 years ago.
Hmm.
And he died in jail. They shipped his body back, whatever, whatever. But yeah, and I asked him because you know how you see this stuff on TV and you be wondering is it real? And I be like,
Right.
hey, like I'm like, you been in jail a long time. You got a boyfriend?
Right. You know, the reason why
But
I asked that,
listen,
because the reason why I asked that is because I talked to this guy. He was in prison, and he just kind of gave me the rundown on what he saw in prison, and he said that what he saw, he said he saw especially them young boys that come in there and they timid, they scared and stuff like that, and but they got a little bit of money, and they have to give up that commissary. They do, they got to give up that commissary. um and then if they don't have enough commissary that pleases the other inmates, what they would do is the inmate would take that boy and pass him around to the other men in the prison and use them up, however, being it whatever. And then that's they exploit it like that. But I wonder if they do that in the women's prison too.
yeah, but you ain't never seen those. I had watched special. You ain't seen where like the women get pregnant in jail and be having babies. Like okay, who you think they get pregnant by? The men guard that be in there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they do the same thing in men prisons and women prisons. It's the same.
Mm.
But I be asking my, when I was coming up, I used to ask my cousin a question like that all the time, and I be like, so how they be messing around and stuff? They be like they be in the showers or when they go to the bathroom and stuff like that. And I'm like, when you be seeing it, like what you do? He's like, you act like you don't see it. You just keep on walking. I'm like,
Mhm.
I know that'd be crazy. Like me and my cousins talk. Like everybody think like I only talk business like or whatever. No, no. When I'm talking to my cousins, I'll be like, hey, what's up? Whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I be like, so like, I'm like, when you see that, man, don't it be crazy? Like, you don't be wanting to say nothing, like, get that stuff away from me, whatever, whatever. He was like, no, in there, you just mind your business or whatever. But the only thing he be saying that a lot of men come out of there and they be having women on the outside and they be having a boyfriend inside and a woman on the outside don't be knowing about the
Mhm.
boyfriend. And they
Right.
be say he be saying that they be sitting up there visiting with a woman and their kids, and the woman
Right.
don't have no clue that they got a man in there.
Yep.
You know what
That's
I'm
true.
saying? And it be
That's true.
crazy. And then my
That's true.
cousin be like, a lot of men come out of there and can't live on the outside once they've been in there so long, that they commit a crime to where they gonna have to come back to prison. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
yeah,
But what
yeah, they
about the
getting
men?
exploited.
Let me ask you something, Miss Lakers. What about the men that's already been in prison, that's been exploited all around the jail? Now they're out, and then they happen to run into the man that exploited them in the prison. Do you think that they would still speak, or do you think they would just kind of avoid each other at all costs?
I don't know, cause I have seen stories like I'm saying I'll be watching a lot of like Snap, a lot of things on the AEE channel and all that stuff. But I seen this one thing where the young guy went to jail and they violated him in jail. And when he saw the
Hmm.
guy on the outside, he actually killed the guy that
Yeah,
you know
that happens.
violated
I'm pretty
him in
sure.
jail. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
So I don't. A lot of them. If they ain't messing with them voluntarily, when they get out, some of them be damaged from that.
Do you think that's why
And
they ended up turning into, just saying, I don't know, but do you think that's probably where them being Chester molesters starts at, because they were molested themselves, and then it just became a pattern, and they got molested, then they molest somebody, and what do you think about that?
well, no, because a lot of people that might have been molested, well, just on YouTube, they be telling people business about because this one blogger, his initials HC, he talking about he was touched as a child, so he touched the other kids. You know what I'm
Oh my
saying? And
God.
I'm like, so and he tell it all on YouTube. I'd be like, oh my goodness gracious, like why you tell people that? But anyway, so yeah, some of them get out. Some of them, when they've been touch other children, and then some of them don't touch other children because they know how it felt to be touched as a child, and they wouldn't
Right.
want to do that to another child. So I guess it depends on the person. Like how trauma, what it did to them mentally.
Right.
It depends on how they handle it. But something in our race that we don't believe in mental illness. You know what I'm saying? We
Mm.
don't. For nothing in the world do we want to accept that we might need help, with dealing with things mentally. And I'm gonna tell you the first time when my dad was dying of cancer, I stress triggers my asthma. Okay, real bad. If I get
Mhm.
mad, it can make me have an asthma attack, right?
Oh Jesus.
So when I found out, that's another reason why I don't let nobody get underneath my skin. Okay,
I
not
know
in
that's
real
right, Miss
life,
Lakers.
because
We don't
ain't
need
nobody
nobody
worth
to
me
make Miss
dying.
Lakers upset, because if they do, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for y'all asses. Now you
Listen,
heard it.
so
You heard it from Patricia Brown. Get Miss Lakers upset if you want to, and I'm coming for your dog ass.
but anyway,
Go ahead, Miss
listen.
Lakers.
When my dad first got sick, right? When he okay, listen, he was sick already, and I asked him, I'm like, Daddy, are you sick? Because I noticed he was losing weight and stuff. And my dad never lied to me. He always promised that he would always tell me the truth. So when I asked
Mhm.
him, was he sick? He said no. Okay, so I let it go. Then I noticed that he was going to a lot of appointments with my oldest brother. So I'm like, and okay, so this right there. I say, Daddy, do you have cancer? Because I know his brother died from it, his sister died from it, his mom and dad died from it, and I know it's a hereditary gene that's within our family on my dad's side. Okay, so I asked him. I said, okay, let me just come out front and ask him, like, Daddy, do you have cancer? And he told me yes. My dad
Mm.
always told me not to cry. Like he can't stand if I cry. So
Mhm.
I started crying, and he was like, "See, that's why I didn't want to tell you because I knew you couldn't handle it." I'm like, "Daddy, but you lied to me. I'm like, you promised you would never lie to me." And he
Yeah.
said, "No, I didn't lie to you." He said, "You asked me, was I sick?" And to me, I am not sick. I'm going to fight this and I'm going to beat this. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, listen, after we was having that conversation, next thing, I don't remember anything else. I woke up in the hospital. Okay. I had called myself to have a massive heart attack, not a heart attack, an asthma attack, to
Oh,
where I
Jesus.
started hyperventilating to where I cut off all the oxygen to my brain and I went out. And I woke up in the hospital, and when I first opened my eyes, I got a tube running up my nose. I got a machine going off. I'm strapped up. I got them heart things on my body where they put you on a monitor. And I see my
Mhm.
husband sitting at the foot of my bed. And my daddy is holding my left hand, and he's sitting on the side of my bed. And when my throat, I woke up and I'm like, I can barely talk. My throat was dry from them running the tube, through me or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
And he said, "This is exactly why I did not tell you that I had cancer." He was like, "Because I knew you could not handle it." He was like, "If
Right.
I have to bury you before I bury myself," he said, "I could not live with myself." So my
Jesus.
doctor came in, and my doctor was like, "You're going to have to go on medication." He said, "Because you cannot deal with your daddy dying." And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not going on no crazy medicine because that's what we always say is crazy medicine. And he was like, "Why you say it's crazy medicine?" I'm like, "Because it is." He was like, "No." He said, "You're chemically unbalanced." He was like, "The anxiety that you're experiencing from this, you cannot deal with it on your own. So I'm gonna
Right.
have to medically help you deal with it." I'm like, "I'm not taking no medicine." He said, "If you don't take the medicine," he said, "I'm gonna commit you because you're a threat to your own life because you can't deal with what you're going through." I'm like, "You can't do that." And my dad sitting there said, "Yes, he can." He was like, "Ask your doctor." He said he can. So my dad was like,
Mm.
"Lisa," he was like, "I just need you to take this medicine." He was like, "Would you just take it for me?" I'm like, "It's not going." He was like, "It's not going to make you forget that your dad is going through what he's going through, but he's like, it's going to help you with some of that crying you can't control, you know."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I took it, and it worked. But after my dad passed, it was not helping me control it. So I had to go back in, and he had to change it, and raise the dose up that I was taking because it wasn't strong enough anymore. And I was on it for like 3 years after he passed. And then, I had to go see a psychiatrist, and talk about, what I was going through and how it was making me feel. I did that for like about 3, 4 years till I got to the place where I was able to. I thought about it, like not a day go
Mhm.
by. Anything like a song could come on, or I could see something on TV,
That's usually what
or
happens.
I
Right.
can see a
Right.
picture of us, or a card he gave me that I got, like all the cards he ever gave me, like on my dresser, like a mirage on my mirror on my dresser.
Right. It's always gonna
So
be right. It's
yeah,
always
a
it's
lot of
gonna be
things are
yeah.
something that
It's
trigger you to make you remember.
exactly just like right like you said. Even with you know even with different things in life. You could be in a relationship and the guy wore a certain type of cologne and you're no longer with that guy and all of a sudden you could be in a department store or somewhere and you smell that same smell and you like, dang, I remember my ex used to wear that same kind of cologne. Dang. Then you start thinking like, dang, yeah, he used to wear that. So I hear what you're saying, like a certain song and stuff, and like you just any old song, new song, you can sit there and kind of bawl your eyes out because that's just something that that just hits you to your heart, you know. But okay, so we're gonna switch it back to I was just kind of thinking about the exploitation. What about the rap industry, the music industry? Is there any type of exploitation in that? What is your take on that, Miss Lakers?
Well, I think the music industry exploit us real bad. Like, I just have you ever noticed like if somebody of another race died in the music industry, oh, they died of old age, they died of a heart attack, they died of this and that. But every time one of us died, oh, they was a drug addict.
Mhm, mhm,
You like,
mhm.
I mean, like, it's like they have to like ruin our name. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, especially like how they did MJ, they did Prince, and stuff, and Whitney. We knew all of them had, dealt things with pain pills or this and that and this. But that don't mean like all of them died from that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so yeah, I think like they exploit us real bad. I feel like,
What do you
you
think the
know.
women? What do you think like the women rappers and stuff? The ones that really don't, wear those kind of sexy clothes and stuff like that. So you
They
got
don't
some of
get
the
as
men who
much
saying,
airplay as the other
right,
ones.
like, hey, you better put this tight mini dress on and them high heel
Yeah.
shoes and wear globs of makeup and that hair better be tight, And she may not be like that, but they exploit her because yeah, they want yeah he wants to
Okay, now
make
look at
money
this
off
to
of her.
me. To me, okay, look at to me, I'm gonna say allegedly, like to me, Jennifer Hudson blows way
Allegedly,
better
y'all.
than Jennifer Hudson to me way better than Beyonce, singing wise. Singer wise.
Mhm.
Like Jennifer can naturally just sing and blow. But listen, Beyonce dressed way more provocative and than Jennifer Hudson did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was more attractive to, some people than Jennifer Hudson was because Jennifer Hudson had to lose weight and all that stuff like that. So she got way more, she's way more successful in the industry than Jennifer Hudson was. And then when it
Yeah.
comes to rap, like Queen Latifah, MC Light, all of them rapped about women empowerment, women being this
Not
and
anymore,
that.
girl.
Right?
Not
No,
anymore.
right. And
Not
back,
anymore.
let me tell you,
You gonna get kissed this, suck that, uh, uh,
right, right,
blow you up here and this and that. But
yeah,
Queen Latifah didn't talk about like that. Let's see.
right.
Queen Latifah didn't
MC
say
Light
that.
didn't, MC
Right.
Light didn't. Most MC Light was like, I want me a rough neck. You know what I'm saying? But when they
That's
weren't
it.
talking about they weren't naked and all that stuff, back then, like that. See, and I remember when I was coming up, like I said, it was no cussing on TV, it was no cussing in the music, and like everybody want to ban this stuff nowadays. But listen, I remember when NWA went to Congress and fought for their music, you know what I'm saying, to be still played with the way they talked and the things they said. Then guess what? The world fought for it too. But now y'all want to mute these people that talk and the rappers and the explicit language and the nudity and stuff that when it
Mhm.
was censored, y'all wanted to uncensor so bad. But now y'all want to censor it back. But before they uncensored it, you wanted them to not have it censored. Now you want to
Right.
go back to it being censored. But see, y'all, you asked for something when you got it, you didn't want it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly.
So now it's
Exactly.
here. You accept it.
Yeah.
So that's just how it is now.
It
But I mean,
right.
but see, like me, I don't like it because I didn't grow up on that. To me, like a woman don't have to be naked to be sassy. sexy. You don't have to take off your clothes and show all your body to be sexy. You can have, to me, I'm very sexy. You know what I'm saying? The way I dress, and I don't take off and show off nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't have to have my butt hanging out. I ain't gotta have my boobs hanging out. I ain't gotta have my stomach hanging out. And you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I have a nice stomach. I have a nice behind. All of that thick. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't
Right.
gotta have it hanging out to be sexy. I don't have to have
Right.
on booty
Right.
shorts with the bottom of my butt hanging out. And
All
it's
right, now
women my
stop it, Miss
age.
Lakers. Now you're getting a little bit. Now you're going, Miss Lakers. Now stop it. Now you see my picture over there with my little booty hanging out.
No, honey,
I'm,
I actually
I'm
see.
in there
I
saying,
be
yeah,
seeing
right,
women my
yeah,
age
right.
and older dressed like that. So they does it. Like I just don't. I don't judge nobody else who do it. I'm just saying me. I
Well,
don't
I
feel
was
like
going
I
to the
have to
beach
do it.
that I was going to the beach that day, and it was hot. I was going to the beach that day, and it was hot. Shoot, but
Hold on, look.
yeah. So,
I wear a two piece too. When I hold, let me tell you, the first time we went off on vacation together and stuff, and I bought a two piece, but I wear the wrap to go with it. You know, the wrap around the bottom part. So we get to the beach and stuff. We coming out our routine, our home our hotel rooms coming down to go get in the, on the beach and sit up and stuff. And when we go get in the water, I take my wrap off, and my girls had a heart attack. Mama, what you doing with that on? I'm like, it ain't like it was no thong and nothing. It was just a two piece, and they was like,
hmm
you supposed to wear a onesie and this and that. I'm like, how the heck you figure? I'm like, yeah. They was
shoot, if
like,
you got
they was
the
like,
body, girl, listen.
Daddy.
If you got the body, flaunt
Right,
it.
hold on. They
If
was
you
like,
if you got the
Daddy.
you got the body, do it.
Right, they was like, Daddy, you letting her wear that? They was like, she don't dress like that. I'm like, okay, we at the beach. That's what I said. We at the beach. I ain't like I'm walking down the street like this, whatever,
Right, and
whatever.
you with your husband, and you with your husband.
Right. So
Right.
he was like, Mama look good like that. And they was like, oh, you would say that, Daddy, or whatever. You know what I said? But my girls had a heart attack. I'm like, oh, y'all need to stop it.
So
Now,
okay,
see,
so
now
we
when we
got
go
exploit.
swimming, and it's like a
Yeah,
lot of kids around and stuff, I do wear like a one piece. You know what I'm saying? Because
right,
it be a
right.
lot of kids around. But this was like, it was nothing but like where we was at, which is nothing but like all older people, and stuff like that. And so like, no, I wore my little two piece to the to the beach. Now get
Mhm,
the heck out of here.
mhm.
But yeah.
So where else do you think the exploitation? Where else? Now we already covered we already covered jail. We already covered the moms exploiting the daughters. But do you think it's sons too, or no? Moms
No,
exploiting the sons, or
I think they do both, sons and daughters. It depends on like who they're exploiting the child to, what they taste is. You know what I'm saying? It might be some men that like boys and some men that want a girl. So it might be a woman and she might choose your son. You know what I'm saying? I guess it depends on who it is. But
girl, ain't
nowadays
this world sick? This world
it
is
is thick as heck.
so sick.
As a
It
kid coming up, I would never think I would see the things I see today. I would never. Like, okay, we didn't have the internet when I was coming up as a kid. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have computers. We didn't have none of that stuff. Like back when I was coming up, we didn't even have cell phones. So I got in my 20s, but we actually
mm,
had to use a landline at home. Back then, if you like now, I don't know nobody phone number. Nobody's. If I lose my phone and got to get a new phone, like I can't call nobody hardly. I can call a couple of
no,
people, but
because we
not a
don't
lot.
got spoiled. We got society.
Right, right.
Society has spoiled us rotten. Society has spoiled us rotten. It's just like we are spoiled as technology, food. Now in other countries, I'm just saying, allegedly in some other countries that some of them kids over there, they may not even have a piece of bread. But and they would kill for a piece of bread. They would kill for a hamburger or a hot dog. But over here, we just be like, oh, I don't want that, or you may take two bites and throw it out, throw it out. But them kids in other countries, they're actually starving. And you're absolutely right. You turn around and you lose your cell phone. You don't care about what those numbers are because the only thing you do is you just rely on yourself. You put those numbers in and you go on about your business. Now you turn around and somebody be like, well, you got the number to such and such. Nope, I don't even know that number. I don't know what the first three numbers are or nothing because all that information was in my cell phone.
Right.
And I don't have my cell phone, but I do remember probably like from the stories I heard when they just had you just had to rely on just the telephone and also just having a good memory because I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably knew a lot of numbers and played a lot of numbers back then because they were probably good with numbers. You tell me a number and I could write it down and then you know what I'm saying before they had the cell phones. And then you'd be like, Pat, what's the number again? You'd be like da 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 because you'll know it. But not today.
Hold on. I
Mm-mm.
had a because listen, my parents believed in um even though when I graduated, I was valedictorian. All my kids was valedictorian. Okay, and I was when I graduated too, and they all came out of school early like I did. But when I had a tutor that told me that if you repeat something 7 times to yourself, it gets stuck in your mind. So every time I wanted to remember something, I would repeat it 7 times over and over again
Mhm.
till if I said I know it. You know what I'm saying? Then like the next day I would quiz myself on what I knew, whatever. But I always just believe like and people think that it's not important to get, to make sure your children are educated. And they feel like the teacher should be the only one to teach our children. No, you can't just say, okay, if the teacher kid might teach my child how to read and write, I don't have to do nothing at home as a parent. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
do have to do stuff at home as a parent to still help your children, learn and grow. You can't just depend on the teachers teaching them. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
feel
Right.
like a teacher cannot teach you history on your culture or on your race. You know what I'm saying? If they're not the same race as you are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You teaching from a book. I'm gonna teach you from history what, we know of, that I learned about our culture and this and that. You can't teach that in school. You know what I'm saying? Because in school there's different races and different cultures. You know what I'm saying? And that's what
Right.
a lot of people like during COVID. It was wonderful for me to homeschool my school my
I don't think you
grandchildren.
can say COVID. Don't say COVID. Just say during the
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
from
know
the virus.
pandemic, the
Yeah, I
virus.
forgot
Yeah.
virus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with us being at home, a lot of parents was going crazy because they had to spend time with their kids. You know what I'm saying? So they had to help their kids homeschool and this and that and this. You know,
Yeah.
and then a lot of couples end up being divorced because of it because they actually in the house with one another now. You know what I'm saying?
All day, all night, and then you actually see like like what you ain't gonna go play no basketball. You ain't gonna do this. Golly, you up under me again. And that's probably where a lot of them babies probably were made during that time.
Right. And you know what? And that was something. It actually was fun to me because me and my hubby worked together. We in the same office all the time, so we would
Mhm.
we together all day. We together all the time anyway. So, but I was kind of glad because listen, I got to be around my children. Again, like they was at home being children. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
I kind of loved it you know, that things was closed and we actually had to spend more time together. And what made it good and enjoyable is that like at home it's comfortable. Like we don't have to go out to go swimming. We got a swimming pool. We have a jacuzzi. Things you would go out for, we had at home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we was able to do things
Oh, you got
as
a big swimming
family.
pool? Wait a minute,
Oh
Miss
yeah,
Lakers. You
I
got a
don't
big swimming
listen.
pool?
I don't have no Olympic size one, but I have a big one. you know. So
I'm jealous of you, Miss Lakers. You got a big
no,
old,
there's
you
no
got a nice
need to
sized
be
swimming
jealous.
pool.
You can
I
come up
got
here
one of the big.
anytime. You ain't that far. No, you can come right up here and stay. And then what was neat about it is that our house, the house they grew up in, was big enough for all of us to stay in underneath one roof. You know what I'm saying? So it was neat, having us all at home again. You know, I liked it. I enjoyed it. We all enjoyed it because I mean, like now we was all like we always spend the weekend together anyway. Because like they come over, we cook dinner together on Sundays all the time.
Yeah.
That's always been our family day. That we
Mhm.
all come together on Sunday, eat dinner together, and and now that I don't go work as much as I did when I was younger, and my girls work more, that I help them with their children. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed us being at home, during that time. It was
Yeah.
neat,
Yeah.
you know, it was
Mhm.
real neat. To where some people was falling apart, we was bonding more, you know.
Yeah,
So
because
I love
I'm pretty sure back then, when all that stuff was going on, I'm pretty sure, the parents, was probably arguing a little bit more with their kids because the kids probably wanted to go out and party still, and the parents probably like, no, what's going on out there, da 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 da, and
mhm,
the kids wasn't trying to hear that, but then they had to stay in because they started hearing what was really going on, through the media, whatever, and yeah, and then it's like now they're all in the same house, and it's like they're just not getting along. They're fighting like cats and dogs. But then, like you said, on the flip side, it probably brought some families to a lot of more families together, and maybe a lot more husbands and wives together too, because maybe it could also have been too where a husband worked a lot of hours, the wife worked a lot of hours, but because of that, that came down, they all had to stay under the same roof. So either they ended up learning to get along together, or just decide like, what, I hate you, I want a divorce, because we ain't gonna work. You know what? We stayed a whole weekend here. You ain't went nowhere. I ain't went nowhere. We still fighting like cats and dogs. It's just not gonna work. Let's just after this is over, we gonna get a divorce, or they're gonna come together and be like, you know what? It's almost like I fell in love with you all over again because I got to know you. I got to spend time with you. We kikied and laughed it up, and we had sex all over the doggone house and all that crazy stuff. It's like the excitement done came
right,
back in because of that. Because of that.
right.
So it kind of went either way, or but yeah. So I don't know why ain't nobody in the chat coming up. No ladies, I dropped the link. It looks like the only one is in here. It looks like just unique, but I don't know. Because I've been seeing other people in here, but I'm just hoping my live stream ain't blocked any. They're not blocking my mods and stuff. Because like I said, it's just so much crazy stuff. I cannot wait until YouTube puts all this stuff in place, because it's gonna be a shocker to all the trolls, and it's going to be a shocker to people that come into your live stream. They're not gonna be able to turn it upside down or disrupt it and all of that, because they're not going to be able to do nothing, because they're not going to be able to get in mine unless they get a membership. So and that's it. I'm just hoping I don't lose no subscribers behind it. But if I do, then I guess that's okay too. But I need to put my order back in, and I need to get people that's gonna ride with me and that want to hang out with me, and not go into other people's live streams and start talking and bashing me. And yeah. So yep. So Miss Lakers. I mean, I think this was a good topic about exploiting because it does happen, like we were saying, and especially in allegedly in the music department, how some of these big time rappers, and they have all this money, and the girls' parents know that this is a well known rapper, that has allegedly all this money and this and that, and the first thing the daughter, she's already in awe. She's gonna want to go and be with with this person and stuff. And the parents, she's not thinking about the wealth or the welfare or the well being of the daughter. She's thinking about dollars and cents. She's thinking about how much money she can get, how much money or what she can be in the limelight and be on the red carpet and dress in those fancy dresses and be riding in those beautiful cars and shopping on Rodeo Drive and all that. You know what I'm talking about, girl.
Yeah,
All at
but
the
then
expense
in
of
the
her
end,
of the daughters.
all the
Hmm?
in the end, the things you put your child through mentally, you gonna learn. Like you meant, is that was the money worth mentally destroying your child future?
Right.
Like was it really?
Right. But do the parents think about that? The parents
No,
don't think
that's
about
what I'm
that. The
saying. They
only
don't
thing the
think about
parents
that.
right, the parents only think about is, hmm,
What
you
they can
know,
get materially.
what I can get, and what I can get. And the parents might be like, you know what, the daughter might be like, well, mom, he got this, he got two cars or he got three cars, he got this, he's got a house over here, he's got a condo over there, he's got a this and that. Now, meanwhile, the mama, and don't let it be the boyfriend too. Don't let it be the boyfriend too, because the boyfriend will come in with the mama and be like, listen, you think you can get us about 5 G's? you know,
Right.
you
But
know.
listen,
Now
it be
she
that
got to
mama
work something.
boyfriend that be end on it, but not that child's father. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right,
listen, I know a lot of girls' father be like, oh, it be the stepfather or the boyfriend, like you said. It don't be that child's father, because a lot of men be like, oh no, give me my child. You're not gonna put my child through that. You know what I'm saying? This
right.
and that. Just like one of the girls that's going through what she going through with R. Kelly, that's not her biological
Allegedly,
dad.
allegedly, right,
Okay,
right,
allegedly,
allegedly.
but that's not her biological dad that's married to her mom. That's her stepdad. You know what I'm saying? And he
Hmm.
helps support what she doing with that. But see, it's not her biological dad. It's her stepdad. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I know my dad couldn't do it. My mom couldn't do it either. But more so, if my mom even thought about it, my dad was like, "Oh, you got me messed up. You're not finna do
Hmm.
that with my child." You know what I'm saying? I don't care how. You know what I'm saying? And then you see a lot of things when it goes on with children nowadays, when the child been touched and stuff, it don't be the biological father, it be the mama's boyfriend. You know
It's
what I'm
always
saying?
the mama's.
Anything
Right. It's always,
right?
yeah.
Man, I
From
hate
from
that. It
the
always be the
stories that
mama's boyfriend.
right from the
You
stories
know?
that I've heard, just public information about some of these young boys getting molested, and it's always 9 times out of 10, it's always by the boyfriend. The when the mama's back is turned, or she's in bed or something like that, or she's not even at the house, and the boyfriend is there, and this little snake, just so nasty something. But yeah, but mama, mama wanted a boyfriend. Mama wanted a man in the house. Mama didn't care. Mama didn't care if that man had a job. Mama didn't care if that man drove. Mama didn't care nothing. Only thing that mama knew was that man's first name and last name, and didn't know nothing else. And didn't want to know nothing else. The only thing she wanted to say is, "I got me a man. I got me a man now, girl."
And that
Meanwhile, you
would
got
kill
you a
me.
pedophile
Does
in the damn
any
house.
right? Do anything matter just to say you got? It kills me for a woman to be with a man just to say you got a man. You know
That's
what I'm
it. That's
saying?
what they do.
Just to
Yep.
say you got a man, just to say you with somebody. You know what I'm saying? You will go through anything, accept anything. He can do anything. And you tell them they know
Yes.
their first and
Yes.
last name. You only know what name they told you. How many times you see stuff that be like he lied about his name? He had like 10 aliases. He had a
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
He had a record. He when he supposed to be around children and
Right.
this and that and this. How many times you hear that? That's the story somewhere.
Right. Right. But a lot of them would be like, But a lot of the women be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. They try to stick up for the man. You know what I mean? They try to stick up for the man. Now, peep this. That's just like if a man and a woman get into a fight, and even though they was fighting and somebody called the police, or she called the police, yeah, she want the police to come, but she don't want her boyfriend to go to jail, because the minute the police is there and the boyfriend start getting irate and want to try to act like he gonna try to puff up with the police, first thing she'd be like, oh, don't hurt him,
Baby,
don't hurt him,
baby.
don't take him to
Yeah.
jail. Okay, I'll drop the. I don't want him.
Right. You sitting there with a black eye, nose, bloody teeth missing, total nose, bloody teeth missing.
Right,
Um,
right,
he, yeah, I don't be seeing that. Or listen, how another man can kill your child, and both of y'all, you don't cover it up for him. Man, come on. Or what? Oh, hold up. What about the women who kill their kids because of a man? Like, oh, cause the man won't accept you got kids, so you don't put the
right.
kids in the lake. Don't
Yep.
they don't disappear and don't nobody know where they at, but they was last
Right,
seen with you.
right,
Or somebody
right. And
came
there's
in here in the
stories.
middle of the night and took them out. A girl
Right, and
bye.
there's stories. It's just like you said, a man to get with a woman, but a man be like, you got kids. How many kids you got? Oh, I got 4 kids. Oh, I'm not. I don't know about that. I'm not trying to be. No, no. Now she done fell all up in love with him. Love the way that he dicked her down and all that stuff. Now it's like, what? You don't want, okay. Now she don't want, kind of cuckoo, because now she trying to figure out, well, I think I like to be single again. Yeah, that's when that crazy stuff start kicking in. And yeah, and she'll try to do away with she'll try to do away with the kids. So it does happen, allegedly, this the stories and stuff, but I've heard it, and I know it's public information. So and it's crazy. I heard um about this one story, um about this girl. She lived in another city and stuff, and I don't know what was going on with her, but she killed her baby, and put him in the freezer. Did you hear about that, Lakers?
Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah, I heard about several ones like that. They cut the kid up, put him in the freezer, and left him there.
Yeah, like,
I
what
heard the
is
one. Did you hear about the one where she moved out and left the child still there
in the freezer, or where?
in the freezer? When she moved
Yeah.
out and left the child, the deep freezer, and everything still in the home. That's how they found out the child was missing.
And I
Mm-mm.
bet you 10 to 1 she was a young girl, wasn't she?
Of course.
Yeah, it seemed like it's always something is going on with these younger. It's always like those 16, 17, 18 year olds that have those babies and stuff like that. I don't know if they come down with that Munchausen, since I'm talking about, and they get into those really deep, deep depression modes and stuff. But then I've also heard stories where, this is just stories that I've heard, this one lady ended up killing her kid, because she said she was getting signs from the devil, and the devil was telling
Yeah,
her
I
to do
seen
it.
that when the devil kept telling her to do
Yeah,
saying that the kids was evil and stuff like that.
right,
Yeah, I seen that one too.
right, 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 right,
Like you said, it
right.
be some crazy stuff that be happening like nowadays with these kids that didn't happen, or they said, yeah, like the kids be possessed and they had to get the had to do that because they was possessed or whatever. That'd be crazy. I
Well,
don't
see,
heard those
that's the
stories
thing. I
too.
don't know. I don't know. I guess that, some people do. I think, some people do believe that, but I've always said that, if you got God on your side, I mean, he's gonna cover you with His blood. He's not gonna let nothing happen to you, hurt you,
Right.
or harm you. You know what I mean? So, that's what I think. I think that, when you got that devil in you, you're an evil person anyway. Just like some of these females on YouTube. They got the devil in them. Let's just be real, y'all. They got the devil in them. They're evil. They're evil. You can't even take a cross to them and kill them because they won't die.
Yeah, because I believe
They're just plumb evil.
if you got any belief in God, I don't believe you would act like that.
Right. I don't think half of them do, and I think the ones that call themselves trying to act like they do have pictures of pictures of God and what the Last Supper and all of that stuff. You don't really know what it means because you're not even living it. You're not living it, so you don't really know what it means. The only thing you know is that it's a picture, but you're not living it because you're the devil. And they always say that this is the devil's playground. We just here for a season. That's it. you know
Right? Yeah,
so
I
this is
believe
the
that
devil's
too. Yeah.
this right. So this is the devil's playground. And I really think that YouTube is becoming the devil's playground because the only thing you see now is nothing but evilness. You see no positivity and
Yeah.
no chat. You see no positivity. The only thing that I see positive is mostly on those Caucasians that's doing good with their money and what they're investing. Or I see some of the black channels that they're doing music, and they're
And
doing it the right way
here,
because they want to try to
yeah,
grow their
stuff
channel
like
with
that.
music.
But it's a
They want
scripture
to
in
try
the
to grow the
Bible that
channel.
says that the world is lying in the hands of the wicked one. So and then
Yeah.
it's another one that it said you cannot love the world and love God because you can't serve two masters. You gotta either
No.
serve one and hate the other. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
how I
It's just
believe
right.
it's
It's just like
supposed
my
to be.
friend. Right, Miss Lakers. It's just like my friend. He tells me. He says, Pat. He says you can't be hot or cold. He said because God will spit you out. I said you don't got to go
Yeah,
there with me.
can't
I
be
said I already
lukewarm.
know that. I said but didn't Jesus drink wine? Didn't Jesus drink wine? So I said so I know it's a sin to get drunk, but it's
Yeah, it's a sin
not
to
a
get
sin.
drunk. You can drink, but you can't be a drunkard.
Right,
He
you
said you
can't
can
be a drunk.
eat, but
So I
you can't
try to
be a
keep that
glutton.
in mind. Right, I try to keep that in mind. Even I know sometimes I may be like, okay, Pat, you don't had enough to drink. Put that cup down. And a lot of times I just kind of have my soda and stuff because I know I always think in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh Jesus, I know it's a sin. I know it. I know it. I know it's a sin. I can't talk and preach to somebody else that I'm doing it. So my
Right.
friend, he sees that. He says, well, Pat, you tell, you do your gospel, you go to church, you sing in church, you do all of this, but then you get up on that YouTube and you're a total different person. He's like, you're
Yeah.
not like that. You're not, you don't do all that swearing. You don't do all that. And I said, I know that. I said, but it's just a fun place. And I said, and I know sometimes I get sucked into stuff. And we all do. We get sucked into
Yeah.
YouTube. And we tend to and after a while we tend to be like kind of like some of the people on YouTube, to be honest with you,
Right.
because that's what it is. We done sold our soul to the devil, which is
Right.
YouTube.
Right. And that's what I believe. But in this this how I can keep myself grounded and not be in a mess. Because God just said you ain't supposed to return evil to nobody. And so if I sit and argue with you and call you names, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
I'm not. And it's how they say that you're supposed to just turn the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me, and I just can't let nobody. I can't let you pull me on my character. I refuse to let somebody make me be something I'm not. So
right,
you can say whatever you want to
right.
say about me. That's not me.
Right,
Don't say
right.
you
I
don't
know,
know
I
me.
know, Miss Lakers. Okay, so we're gonna kind of get off topic because we're gonna be on here for a little while, then we're gonna close it out. But I know, with you, you're more, you're laid back. You don't start no mess. You don't even do that. But I know that because the way the YouTube is and the way I know that these female bloggers are now, they're more like they want to drag you in. It's like the devil wants to drag you in now. You know,
Right.
And I know you're not gonna let that happen because I know that. I know you ain't gonna let that happen. But I'm saying these little hell minions, they're hell minions now. We got hell minions on YouTube along with police too. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust none of them. I think they're narcs, police, and all that. I don't trust none of them. But yeah, they trying to get you. They trying to get you sucked in. They trying to get you sucked in to that nasty devil whirlpool that they got. You know what I mean? But you ain't falling for it because I know you, girl.
No, I
I
mean I
know it. I
could
know
do
it.
I could do it if I want to. I just can't see myself doing it. Like I said, I laugh. Like I was sitting to ask you questions like, okay, like what is we gonna prove with this? Like where are we gonna go? No. If that's what you want to say about me, go ahead. You have a right to your opinion. You have a right to say whatever you want to say. I cannot stop you. But I
Right,
have a
right,
right. But
right.
see me as a person, no matter what you say, I'm not gonna oblige you. I'm not.
Exactly. And
I
that's
would
what they
not let
want. That's
you
what a
bring
bully
me
do.
down and get dirty and play with you in the mud. I'm not finna
Right.
get
And
dirty.
that's what the bully wants. The bully wants you to come out and play. But see what the bully don't know is that you go hard. So, you know, yeah, and you might just be like, you know what? Let me go on and tighten this up, and then I'm gonna move on. But she'll know the next time. But yeah,
Right.
there's always gonna be a bully that tries to call you out. I don't, I went up against I went up against two bullies. You know, buried them alive, and then like they surfaced again. But I'm not gonna feed into that no more because I almost lost my channel. So Patricia Brown is on her P's and Q's. So yeah, so I'm not even gonna do it because it's really not worth it. It's not. And where is it getting me? I don't want people to always thinking about, oh, I can't deal with Patricia Brown's channel. She's nothing but just drama. But and that will hurt my channel in the end because it may be people listening afar. It may be people listening to all over the world. All
Right.
over the world. And they be like, you know what? I like her, but her content. Every time I go in her live stream, she's always talking about people. I don't
And
want to be
see,
no
and
part of that.
me being up here with you, like, and that's what I do for you. I read your chat and tell you, da 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 da,
You,
or
I
whatever,
know.
and help you, conversate with your content or whatever. So they want to say because I'm with you that make your opinion my opinion. No, we have two different opinions. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you're right, Miss Laker. See what you got to. Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. What Miss Lakers eat don't make me shit. Okay.
Right. Thank you. And what you eat don't make me right. And so and that's what they need to realize that I mean I have my own where some people are followers and not leaders. I'm not a follower. I don't do it somebody else does just because they doing it, I'm gonna do it too.
Well, there's
No,
definitely
that's
followers, right? But there's
right.
definitely there's definitely followers. It's there's definitely people that want to follow other people, want to act like other people, want to talk like other people. It's be like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna get under her heels and I'm gonna be tough. I'm gonna try to be tough like her, and I'm gonna try to talk like her, and I'm gonna be trying to be, But why? Why be your own person? Be your own person. You know what I mean? Be your
Right.
own person. Come do I mean, come on now. That you what you're looking like is a stupid dummy.
And you want
Stupid
somebody
dummy.
want to not like me because you don't like you don't you how can you not like me because because you don't like somebody else. We two different people, so you can't judge me because of somebody else. Somebody else ain't me, only I am me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
and this what like I said, I would not roll around in the mud with nobody. I'm not going to do it, and you're not going to make me. I don't care what nobody say. You just would not make me not be who I am. And I don't know if I'm like that because I'm just so spiritually grounded that I just don't believe in doing certain things. you know,
Yeah.
and I feel like that, you know, God, like God say, God don't like I said, God don't judge us by how we look. He don't judge us by how we act, even though He want us to act and carry ourselves a certain way. He judges by our heart. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He knows how our heart is. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly.
And so by me understanding that nothing anyone say is going to make me do anything I don't believe. Like I don't care what you say, you're not going to push me to do something I'm not, especially over the internet, because don't nobody on here know me. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
don't know nobody else on here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know nobody else in real life. You know what I'm saying? So why I'm gonna do something that I wouldn't do in real life on the internet? I'm not gonna be phony. I'm gonna be real to myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And being real
Mhm.
to myself is not to, you know, socialize in none of the mayhem. I would not.
But you know
And it's
what, Miss
not
Lakers, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be Patricia. You know, I'm gonna pop my shit. I know me. I got a big mouth. I know I do.
right,
But and I know that I'm gonna go into battle, and I'm not gonna stop going into battle. I just
right,
know how to use. I just know how to use my weapons a little bit more better now. Whether to shoot all
right,
types of bows and arrows all over the place, I know to make a straight direct hit, and I'm going in, and that's gonna be it. But I definitely understand what you're saying, but it's really messed up that um females, they're gonna pop their shit, they're gonna talk about you, they wanna call you outside to to battle and fight and all of this stuff, but really they're kind of looking stupid because number one, they're already saying that, not in so many words, they're jealous of your channel, they're jealous of your subscribers, they're jealous of your numbers, you know. But listen, this is freaking YouTube. Stop taking things so serious. Just have a good time, That's it. Have a good
right.
time, but
And I know how to joke and have a good time because we did that the other day when we was up here. You know what I'm saying? I love to
right,
play. I love to laugh. I love to play. I even like to joke and stuff, but I don't do the kind they do. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the bring I don't just feel like I have to bring another person down to bring myself up. I don't have to do that. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. You're right. You're absolutely right. But some people just want to make jokes and be at other people's expenses and stuff, just to get a kiki and a ha ha and a this and a that, and oh yeah, I did this, I did that, this and that and this and that. But what is it really saying about you that you like to talk junk and your channel's gonna be like that? So let's just put this out on the table. What are you gonna do if I mean, are you on YouTube for jokes, or you on my YouTube to make money? Are you on YouTube to get monetized? Because I mean, if you're not, then okay, then YouTube is not gonna bother you anyway. YouTube is not gonna mess with you. Even when you get to a 1K subscribers, if you still in that same state of cussing out and doing all of this and do a whole bunch of cussing, YouTube gonna spit right by you. Yeah, you'll make your views and you'll make your subscribers, but you will not get paid. So you'll just use YouTube as just as fun. But some people on here don't do that. Some people view YouTube as, yeah, I'm here to make money. I'm here to get monetized. I'm here to get endorsements, because see, people don't understand that when you do a good show and you do shows after shows, and you got advertisers looking at you, they're gonna want to come to you and say, listen, can you promote this or promote that? That's why a lot of those women that's got those hair shows, that those hair tutorials on YouTube, they don't battle with each other. They don't go and be like, oh, your hair is messed up, and oh my god, look at that wig you're wearing, and this and that. No, what they're going to do is they're going to probably get with another blogger, do a collab, and and then the advertisers are going to see, hey, this is a good channel here. I'm going to send you guys out some wigs, and y'all can promote these. Y'all can bring them up on your channel and stuff like that. Those are the people that want to make money. If you're not on YouTube to make money, then go ahead and cuss until your little heart fall out your body. But if you're here to
And,
make money, you're here to get your channel monetized, then sooner or later you're gonna have to calm down. You have to calm down and you have to go another direction of your channel because you're
and
not going to be making any money.
And that's what I was telling you when I was looking at the comments in your chat, while you was talking and stuff. Remember I told you, I'm like, man, your subs is coming in and saying that, I'm finna leave, Patricia. I come back, watch later because, I don't want to be part of this, whatever, whatever. And so,
Hmm.
and I was telling you that I'm like, man, some of your subs was like they'd come back later, and someone was like, even they was on Polar page when Polar was talking about it, and you wasn't there. They was like, and see, that's the
Yeah,
reason
can
why I
you
go to
break
different
that
places
down? Can
just
you
to
break
hear.
that down? Can you break that down without mentioning? But can you break it down to me? What
Yeah,
happened? Because I was not there. I
yeah,
was not
and
there.
they and
Go ahead.
it was just some of your people was over there that follows you was over there in the comments saying that you act different now, and I wish she would go back to how she used to be, and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's sad, you know what I'm saying? But I understand what they were saying because, like, even though I be over here with you, I'd be like, oh man, I'd be so glad when y'all over. Remember, I said like, I'm so tired of
I
that,
know, Miss
you
Lakers.
know.
I know you don't like. I know you don't like to see me, fly off the handle. I know you don't like to see me battle. I know that. I know. I know that. And I know that a lot of my subscribers, especially some of my, Philippine subscribers and stuff, which I have a lot. They're just scared to death. They won't even come up on my live stream because it seems like they see everything that's going on, so they get ran off. And I
And see,
don't
and that
like
was
that
my
because
thing. I'm
I
like,
want
ooh, I
them
don't
to
want to
feel
do that.
comfortable.
I don't want them
Right,
attacking me. But then I'm like, if I support you, I'm gonna support you no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be
right,
like, I can't let nobody scare me off for doing that because I think they're gonna say something to me or whatever. I'm like, I'm a big person, a big girl. I can handle myself. I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? So I just realized that words don't hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not
right.
finna. And I'm like you too. I can't stand nobody to say something about me. I can't stand that. But
I
guess
can't,
what?
especially when
I
it's a
know.
lie.
I
Especially
I,
when it's a
I
lie, Miss
despise
Lakers.
it,
Right,
but I
especially when it's a
realize
lie.
that
Right, it's right, especially when it's a lie and you're sitting up there and
I
you're
hate a
listening
liar.
to it.
I hate a
Right,
liar.
and you're sitting
Like
there and you're listening to it. You want to put your you want to get up in there. You want to be like, listen. And 9 times out of 10, when I get up in there, I go off. I go off like a spinning top. And a lot of people don't understand me, and a lot of people can't take me. But yeah, I go off because my rage is like, you're lying. You're a liar. I hate liars.
right.
I
And then
hate
I just
liars.
realized I'm like, why do I gotta defend myself to somebody I don't know? I'm not finna do that. I'm not. So go ahead and tell all the lies you want to. I'm not
So you're nice
I'm not
like
finna
that, Miss
try.
Lakers. That's what I'm saying. So you're nice like
No,
that. Me,
I'm
my
not.
mouth
I'm
is too
not.
big.
I'm not like that. I'm not nice like that. For real. I had to learn to be like that. I had to learn that, like I'm not gonna make somebody cause you rolling around in the mud, I'm not gonna make me roll down in the mud with you.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah. See,
I'm
that's the
like,
thing I got to learn. 'Cause I'll roll down in the mud, the gutter, the rats, the roaches, the whatever. I'll get
you
down
know
and
what?
dirty too. You
I
want to get
have
down? We can get down.
I realized, when I was a younger when I was younger, I used to be like that. But once I accomplished, started being very accomplished, and I realized that, when I started having children, I had to be an example. You know what I'm saying? So if now my kids know that you can't, like in real life, you step to their mom, they know that their mom will do this. And my girls always said, "Mom, you so strong. Like, I can't believe that didn't bother you. And like, if it did, I would never let nobody know it did. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But to say something about me when you don't know me, you just assume it. And when you assume what they say, you making an ass out of you.
And
You know,
most of them do.
most of
Most of them
yeah.
just be
So
talking. You're right. Most of them just be talking, running their damn mouth. Don't know what the hell they talking about. They're like, oh, you trying to get those laughs and giggles, those giggles and laughs. Yeah. That's how I'm building my channel off of giggles and laughs and drama. I'm not on YouTube to make any money. I don't care about that. I just want to I'm the class clown. I'm bringing I got my car full of clowns with me.
right. But like, I'm not, I don't do that. Like I said, it took me a long time to, when I was a kid, it was okay. But once I realized that people can sue you and this and that can happen, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
No, you know,
yes,
I don't
and
have time for
cyber
all that.
right, and cyber bullying and harassment. Like, oh my God!
That's
I
a
mean,
federal crime. You can
that's a
actually go
federal. You
away to
could go to
federal
jail
penitentiary for
for
that.
that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could go to jail. I did a live on that one time about cyberbullying, and I know cyberbullying is it's real, and that's really messed up because all of us I'm not saying all of us, so I'm gonna take that back, but um some people, you know, yeah, cyberbullying is real, especially when you're going into different chats and this and that, and you trolling, and you trolling that person, you keep trolling that person, and meanwhile, while you're trolling them, you're talking junk to that person, and then you go on, and then you make a live, and then you still study talking about that person. To me, that's a form of cyber bullying. You know what I mean? But yeah, it happens. It's happening now, and it's not going anywhere. And I think it's getting worse on YouTube. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean, Miss Lakers? You
Yeah,
there?
I know. I
You
know.
know, and I don't think it's, I don't think it's going anywhere because that's just the way the internet is. Drama, drama, and drama. That's what they want. That's what they want to eat off. You know, and if that's what you want to eat off, then that's what you want to eat off. But that's what your channel gonna be about. Your channel, they gonna come. Yeah, you gonna get plenty of people to come. You're gonna get plenty of people to come because there's a lot of them that want drama. A lot of them love drama. A lot of them live for drama. You know, they don't care if you're trying to grow your channel or not. They just there for the drama. Now if you say, you know what, I'm not gonna do any more drama. I'm gonna change my whole live stream. Best believe they're gonna go somewhere else and they're gonna talk about you. They're gonna be like, oh, she used to have this going on, but she done got too boring. She don't do this no more. We can't do that no more. We can't troll no more. You know, I'm unsubscribing to it. I'm unsubscribing. They quick to unsubscribe, girl. Oh, I don't like what you said, Patricia. I'm gonna unsubscribe.
Yeah, but like in life, we all supposed to grow and change to become better than what we was. You know what I'm saying? Or I mean, nobody's. If you stay the same your whole life, then you never grew. You know?
Right. You're gonna get the same results. You're gonna get the same
Right,
results
right,
because you're not changing.
right. You be in the
You
same
know,
place and never go nowhere if you don't change and grow. You know?
right,
So
exactly. You know what, Miss Lakers, and I thought about this today. I said, you know what? I wonder if I just decided to just, not do my live streams, not even go up on YouTube, just turn it off for a week. Just turn it off for a week and then decide to come back on. I wonder if I'm still gonna run into the same bull crap. And 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure the same people gonna be on there with the drama, the rah rah, and and that's just what it is. yes, their subscriber levels might have went up a taste or two or whatever, and they'll get the views, but they won't get monetized. They won't make no money, and that's what YouTube is all about: making money for those that want to grow their channel. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but
Yeah, and then like everybody was like feel like, oh, Queen, you go with Patricia, you're gonna be caught up in her mess and this and that, that and this. I'm like, no, because that's I'm not. I'm like, I don't care if somebody say something about me or whatever. I'm not gonna get caught up in it because I'm not gonna say nothing. But I would
right,
ask
it's
you
over
why.
with. It's
I would
over
ask
with.
you, I would like, why would you want to put me and like I said, they might feel like when something they feel like if somebody with somebody, that's just like they feel the same way. No, I'm not a follower. I think for myself.
Right,
I speak for myself. I do for myself. Don't nobody
right,
else for me. And then the way
right,
somebody else feel about a person is not the way I feel about a person. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
and you
But
right. You
you're
absolutely
not
right.
gonna make me run. If somebody asks me to support them when they do something and I give that person my word, I hold true to my word. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
And and whatever I say to that person about the way they feel, I don't have to say that to them in front of you or everybody on YouTube for that person to know how I feel. I don't have to say that in front of
right.
nobody.
And see what
You
they
know,
what they
I can
what
talk
they
to you,
hold on,
or
Miss
you can
Lakers.
think with.
Right, but see what they fail to understand is that you've been here. I mean, yeah, you kind of jump off a little bit here or there, but in the beginning, no, you were here. Me and you were the only ones before my show started turning with the rah rah and the drama and all that stuff. You were here. You were the first one here, and we used to do our lives every Friday and Saturday. So you were here, and then all these new people that started coming, and they now they see you. But if they you do their homework and go back, they'll say, well, damn, Miss Laker's been with Patricia for a while. Patricia was always it was always Patricia and Miss Lakers. But I'm saying as these new female bloggers start popping up and making their own channel and stuff like that, you're gonna hear the drama, you're gonna hear the rah rah. And I know even though you don't want to be put up in it, but they're gonna probably try to throw you up in there anyway. Because just by mentioning your name, it's gonna bring other people, and they're gonna be like, "What about Miss Lakers? Well, who Miss Lakers going after, or who's going after Miss Lakers?" And then that's what they want to do. Yeah, they want to eat. They want to eat. They want to eat off the ribs. They want to eat off chicken. Yeah, that's what they want.
Well, see, it won't be no meat over here because I don't even eat meat.
I know that's right, girl. I know
So it
that's
won't be
right,
meat.
girl.
It ain't no meat over here for you to get because I don't even eat meat, so there is none. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right.
there won't
But,
be none.
but
So
you know
like,
what? One more last thing before I get out of here. I just want to say, you know, I think that there's always going to be some type of battles. There's always going to be some drama up on YouTube and stuff like that. But I think that some people, they just, to me, they're just punks now. They are. I can't look at them any other way but just punks. Because I feel like this. If you call yourself trying to take me down, I mean, it's like you couldn't take me down in the streets of YouTube. You couldn't take me down with your mouth. You had to take me down. You thought you was gonna take me down another way. I mean, to me, that's that punk. That's that scaredness. That's that. I don't know, Miss Lakers. That I don't know. I just can't get over it. But like I said, I'm gonna let that go, and I'm
but
I'm
I
just gonna
feel
move
like they
on and do
feel like
Patricia
okay,
Brown.
she don't want it. If Lakers don't want to be in the mess, so this how we can get her to leave Patricia, put her in the mess, and start talking about her and talking about her on YouTube, and she'll go because she don't want to be. Excuse me, she don't want to be in the mess. She'll leave Patricia eventually.
No,
Lil
yeah, I
Wayne
know
got
you
this.
wasn't going nowhere. You've been up here
Hold up, right?
before
Listen,
anybody.
Lil Wayne got this song, Little Duffer Bag Boy. It was like, I ain't never ran from a ninja, and I sure ain't darn picked the day to start running. You know,
Miss
I'm a
Lakers,
little
I
tough,
already know you was a tough cookie. I already know
right?
you was a tough cookie because I done heard, I done sat back. I've been sitting on the bleachers. That's my new thing now, y'all. I know there's gonna be somebody that's gonna steal that, but I've been sitting on the bleachers and I've been looking at you, and then yeah, and I can see that you will put your work in. If you have to, I know you'll put that work in. And I'm gonna sit
Yeah.
back at the on the bleachers, and I'm gonna have my drink and my cigarette and be like, "Go on, Miss Wiser."
But you know what? But I still ain't got to curse. I still ain't got to yell. I don't have to scream. I don't have to call nobody out their name. I don't have to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. I'm not gonna even answer you. You know.
Right. Yeah.
I just want to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Ask us. Tell me why. Why do you? What? No. Do that make sense to come bother me when I ain't said nothing to you? I don't. Wow, that makes so much sense to come bother me.
Because they
Right.
want to get a
Okay.
rouse out of you. They want to
Oh,
get that rouse out of you, Miss Lakers, because they know
oh,
that you're the quiet one, and they know that you're the laid back one. So they want to come at you and say, let's try to ravel Miss Laker's feathers a little bit. Let's see if she's gonna pop off on me or something like that. See me, I'm just that type of bitch. I'll be like, oh, you talking about me? Let me up on your live stream. Let me. So that's why I gotta control my voice, my mouth. So yeah, and sometimes it's kind of hard because you wanna go in on some of these chicken heads, but it's like you got to control yourself, especially when you here to make money, and yeah, but it is what
but
it
see,
is.
then
But
people just don't know because I went on a platform with you. I ain't never left you. I always been here. You know what I'm
right,
saying? They just didn't know I was here. You know?
right. They didn't. The only thing they got to do is go back and look at the video. They don't. I'm pretty sure they don't rate my whole doggone page, looking at this and looking at that and looking at my little short red wig, which is red. It's not orange. People get it right. And my red hat. Because I wear a lot of little Kangos and stuff. So I thought the hairstyle was cute myself, but I guess some people they don't like color. They rather they believe in what I'm talking about, girl. But me, I like my color. I like my ponytails too, but you know what? I like and I have edges too. My shit ain't bald headed on the side. So, it is what it is. I got hair on the sides. If you ain't got no hair on the sides, maybe you need to go to eBay or Amazon and buy some edges. I think they what, $3.99, Miss Lakers?
I don't know. Look and see, and that's why I said that. Don't nobody know me because this. And what do you have to say? Because I don't wear weave, and I sure don't need it. I got weave length hair. You know what I'm saying? Like
You know
I
what,
got
Miss
the most
Lakers? Stop
beautiful
it.
hair.
Stop it, because
Look, I don't look.
I'm
I
just
might
gonna
be
be
an
that
old
mean girl and
lady.
be like, you got long hair, you got that long, pretty, long, beautiful hair. My hair is only like shoulder length, but yours
Mm,
come all the way down to your back and all of that stuff, girl. But I do wear my ponytails. It's just that I haven't worn my ponytails in a long time. But best believe when I wear my ponytail gonna be right. My ponytail gonna be thick and luscious, and my edges is gonna be slick and nice. And when I turn my head, you're gonna be able to see that I got hair on the side. You ain't gonna be able to
and
see
then
my
so and
scalp and
then
my veins on the side of my doggone head.
and I don't mind you calling me old because I don't look old. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care
No,
about none
you
of
don't.
that.
You don't
I
look
look
old and see it.
good as ever. I am beautiful. I am
Right, and see,
gorgeous
that's what I don't
to be
understand.
my
That's
age.
what I right, and see, and that's why I was saying this will make me so mad because people are always saying, "Oh, Patricia's old. Oh, leave that old lady alone. Oh, leave that da 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 da." But it like I said, if a person is 34 or 35, I'm 46. That's a what, a 12 thing difference or something. 12, 12, right? 12-year difference, right?
Mm-mm.
Wouldn't that
I
be?
got 12 years on you, and if it's somebody in their 30s, I got 20 some years on them, and I don't care because nobody think I'm even
Right.
my. If people like people
What I'm
think
saying
they
is
were like,
my
I thought
theory,
you
but
were like
it's
30
but
something. So I gladly wear. You can call me old all day. I don't care. I am so freaking beautiful that don't bother me. Like
Miss
nothing you can
Lakers,
say
I
bothers.
saw a picture of you, and you do not look your age at all. You look beautiful. You look beautiful. But you know what? They don't know it because the only picture they see is that they haven't seen all your beautiful pictures and your beautiful real hair. They didn't see none of that. And don't show them because what they'll do is they'll call
Oh,
themselves
I
trying to
ain't
snap
because
it
you're not
and
finna
make a
ruin
whole new
independent.
video about you, girl.
Yeah, ooh, yeah, you're not finna
You know what I
interrupt
mean?
like
That's what I'm saying. So so what I'm saying to you is that I'm gonna say it again, so the world will know. They keep calling me, oh Patricia, she's old. Oh Patricia, she's old. But Patricia's 46 years old. So if anybody on here that's in there like they're 32s or 33 or 34 or 35, that is a difference. But if you got a sibling that's older than you, then I would be that sibling. I would be your older sister or your older brother. Get it right. Oh, I was about to swear, girl. I was about to swear, but I ain't gonna
but
swear.
life is too short for all of this. You know what I'm saying?
I
You ain't
know
even
that. I
promised
know.
tomorrow. Life is so short. Like I live life to, I wake up every day. I'm blessed God wake me up every day. Being the age I am. You know what I'm saying? That I
Right.
say I don't have to deal with all the health issues that people my age, that people younger than me have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just blessed and I don't take for granted life. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate life. I'm thankful for life.
Right.
So I don't
Right. But some people
want to,
aren't though. Some people aren't
yeah.
thankful at all. They take advantage. They take advantage of people's kindness. They take advantage of people's weakness and stuff like that. I guess
Right, yeah,
that's just
and
how
I
the
hate when
world is
people think
today.
somebody kindness is their weakness. No, it's not. It's
Right,
not.
right. Exactly, exactly. So yeah, Miss Laker. So we're gonna close it out for tonight. I was hoping that a woman would have came up and chopped it up with us for Ladies Vision. So let me just tell everybody that Ladies Vision is yeah, we started off with the sex exploitation of of some of these kids and stuff, but because it's one Ladies Vision, we cover all things that has to do with, women and what women be going through and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that next Tuesday, you know, you women that's in the chat, you guys will come up and hang out with us and just talk, just talk. Let us know, how you're doing. Let us know what's going on with your life. I mean, this is Ladies Vision. It's no men that's allowed on Tuesday night on my panel, except for two. So if we're in a discussion and we want to get another, if we want to get other people's point of view, I will bring only two men up, no more than two. So so anyways, again, I think I made that discussion about earlier today about what was going on with memberships and what's going to be coming up soon. It may not happen this week, it may be happening next weekend, I don't know, but I'm just kind of putting that out there. So for the people that rise with Patricia Brown, then y'all ride with me and y'all still keep coming to my live streams. Y'all still keep chopping it up and stuff like that. It's just that we're gonna just try to keep out a lot of that rip rap. We're gonna try to keep out some of that drama. Yeah, maybe days that Patricia Brown might go in and stuff like that and he high and cuss somebody out or something. But I'm gonna cuss them out the right way and I ain't using no names. Okay? All right. So, Miss Lakers, on that note, girl, I just want to thank you, girl. So I know we're gonna be in these YouTube streets tonight. So I'm gonna go and sit on the bleachers and try to see what is out there. And And yeah, I know I'm gonna see you in the streets too, girl, because I know you. Yeah, yeah, you be in those streets too. So I'm gonna be looking from the bushes or sitting on the bleachers.
Hold on, I'm gonna say in my Cardi B voice. Oh,
All right, y'all. Good night. Love y'all. All right, Miss
good
Lakers.
night, everybody.
I see you in the streets. Love